Hello everyone, we got a set of TTL to cast today. I think we're live on YouTube. It says we're excellent. It's not showing me a video though. No, there we are. Now we're seeing the video. So, alright, welcome everyone. One TTL set to cast tonight. KingstoNe versus Ganji. KingstoNe versus Ganji. And this will be in gold. This is probably a 3-0 sweep for KingstoNe, but I figure I might as well cover it anyway. Don't know if anyone else is casting this. So, here we go. I need to adjust some in-game sound so I don't have extra audio. And I'm going to attempt to use the previous live version of Capture Age. So that's actually something I need to set up. One moment here. Wait a minute. Alright, that looks like it's working. Alright, now I just need to grab the Rex. Someone posted the flags. 11 posted the flags. So the set, I don't think, is done yet. There'll be a bunch of more TTL sets for tomorrow. I see the players are still in voice chat, so they might still be playing. So I might grab their Rex one by one and cast them starting from the beginning of the set. Yeah, I think that's my plan. I'll let Twitch do the ads and everything as we just say hello to everyone who's here. Or who will be here soon. Because we are just starting. I've been really enjoying all the TTL we've been getting. And I'm glad that there is still, even towards the end of Silver, some extra stuff to cast, especially from Gold. And we'll get to see the new patch coming up soon. First set on the new patch will be Platinum on Friday. But that's gonna be interesting. Oh, I need to change my logo. This is a Silver logo. Gold logo. Here we are, I remembered that. There we are. I get all the gold logos up. These are golden players. So, I don't think Wikipedia has been updated for this set yet, actually. Maybe there's a chance I can check that out without spoiling anything. I think I can, actually. Yes, the results have not yet been updated, so I can look at the standings. Lovely. So these are the current standings for Gold before KingstoNe versus Ganji starts. And, well, this has been going on live for a bit. It started at the same time as the previous set, so I figured I'd just cast the Rex after that set has ended. And now that set has indeed ended. So, KingstoNe, 3 points so far. 3 points from sweeping Uzi, but then got swept by Jordan, and got swept by Dogao. Pretty aggressive sweep from Dogao over KingstoNe, which puts Dogao in a good position, and Dogao Margugu will be a good set for Dogao finishing second. Jordan, Ganji, well, Jordan's in first so far. I don't know if that's anything other than 0-3, and they may have played that weeks ago. So this set probably matters a bit more for KingstoNe, as I'm not going to look at that. Okay, get rid of the overall standings haven't been updated. We're not going to look at the potential spoilers down there. It's the downside of casting stuff with a bit of lag before it. Alright, and Dizzy, hello Dizzy. How are you doing? Why is OBS not showing me your message? I see it on stream, but I'm not seeing it in OBS. And Jenny, hello. Oh, let me remake my OBS chat. Now I see your lovely messages. Hello, hello. Let me do the same with my activity feed. Ah. Oh, what it would be to be a streamer without text problems. Without tech problems. Text problems are a subset of tech problems. Hello, Dizzy. Oh, those are so lovely. Lovely heart emotes. Spam some hearts in the chat. Oh, I've subbed to myself for 93 months. We'll hit 100 months of being an affiliate then this month. And Pepine, hello. Everyone spam your love emotes. Do I have a heart emote on YouTube? I don't even know. How do I use my own emotes on YouTube? I guess I'm not a channel member for myself. Maybe I am? Do all the quests. Hello. So, yeah, oh, Jenny has the real love emote. Yeah, so I'm just gonna maybe wait a tiny bit, because I know these players are still in the set live. And maybe I should just go download their Rex. Yeah, watching Hera Ladder and the scouts are broken. That's what I've seen from Phosphoro. I've not actually played it myself. I saw he was playing John Slow on Arena earlier. And let's see, Gold League. Oh, dashboard, don't break on me. Refresh. Gold League. Let's see. KingstoNe. Ganji. Alright, I can download the Rex. So KingstoNe picked cyan as a color. Are we okay with putting... Oh, and Dizzy, thank you so much for the sub.
Kushlak is our guest. It would be most rude for us to send him away.
Freaking Kushluk, the one kill in the pacifist campaigns. Thank you. So the advantage of seeing the Rex is that I know what colors they picked. And they've swapped colors every game. Ooh. So, KingstoNe likes to pick cyan. Are we okay with cyan versus blue as colors? Okay, it looks like they're done, so I can cast this from the start. No spoilers. Are we okay with cyan? Maybe cyan versus red is the way to go. Let me just double check what this 11 says yes. Yes to what? We need more explicit yeses than just yes. So game 1 will be African River. Then we'll have Bypass for Ganji and Stranded for KingstoNe. Every time I ask a yes/no question, I gotta learn not to ask yes/no questions. Because the chat always gives me one answer. You prefer natural colors. Well, we can't do natural colors, because cyan versus blue. I think we're gonna have problems there. Later on in the set, we have blue versus red, and they swap colors between games 2 and 3. So I think I'll put KingstoNe in cyan and Ganji in red, and we'll do that for all of the games. Alright, and we'll hope this works. Dancing Cactus, hello. The dance emote. Lovely. Hello. Alright, so let me download Rex. Ah, Windows. Why are you giving me an angry sound? They're finished. And Casper Sky 13, thank you for the follow. As I'll copy these into my save game folder. And then hopefully we will be good to go. Delete some old Rex. And I do have the previous live version of Capture Age, so hopefully this will work out. Let's just double check that it does. I'll need to grab the player elos too. Ganji in red. Swap that. And what? The dashboard is so kind. Are these elos? So Ganji right now is 2292. Pretty high elo, but KingstoNe is 2603. And I think that means I'm ready to go. So without further ado, let's go KingstoNe Ganji. And here we are, game number 1. Oh gosh, that was loud. Let me know if capture age is too loud, because I might need to adjust settings. Hold on. Settings, sound. I think it's usually like I put it like there. Yeah, more TTL casting. Let me know if this is too loud. Like I said, this is a previous version of capture age that I downloaded for this, so it might not have everything all set up. You can't hear me over capture age, the last curmudgeon. Yeah, it's not going to have my normal settings. It has my previous live settings, so they might be a bit different. I'll need some feedback if it's too loud, too quiet, too anything. And hello, Cloud Gaming over on YouTube. I have some maps to fix, actually. Blue had some lovely bug reports for us, showing us that reeds were broken on Mudflow. I have no idea how that managed to break, but it did manage to break. UE2 never fails to surprise me. So, this will be African River. We'll have Ganji as the Red Byzantines. Byzantines, my favorite civ, over to the west. And oh my gosh, look at this lumber camp. Look at this lumber camp he's gonna make. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. Oh, yes, now that is a lumber camp. Ganji's probably gonna come to me and say, Rage Forest needs these porous wood lines for better lumber camp placement. Are there any in-game sounds? There should be in-game sounds. Oh, yes. There we are. That's why. Now do you hear in-game sounds? Now you should hear in-game sounds. Yes, you are. As I said, I had to swap capture age versions. Thank you. There we go. Now they're in-game sounds. Now you need to let me know if the sounds are too loud or too quiet. I ever do map scripting on stream? Yes, I've done that a few times before, yes. I want to make a video about Coast Arena, so if I have time, maybe I'll do that for my YouTube. Got a Black Forest quarter in the east, begging for a TC. Oh yeah, he'll wall this up and boom back here with the lion. Sounds seem a little loud. All right, turn it down just a bit again. Maybe I can turn the selection volume down. All right. Maybe that's better. And Pepineros, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I am also doing the maps for the Brazil Dynasty's LAN. I'm trying to get those done by, or at least for the qualifiers, done by the end of the month. So that's what I'm doing off stream in my age time currently. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get a bunch of them banged out tonight and tomorrow, and then we can start running some playtests on them. See, we're probably not going to have a full set of new maps, so we might have to reuse a couple others, as I didn't get access to the DLC all that early. But I think we're still good. Get them out by the end of the month. And oh my gosh, KingstoNe, he's not going to dock himself. No. He's saying, I'm going to go forward. Do my Dravidians dock late and feudal, and try to disrupt Ganji's fish. 2 vills on the way, Loom just finishes. Ganji's vill does not have Loom, and she will be taken down by the scout. No escape for that poor villager, as Ganji at least has a dock and a fishing ship, but not much else he can do in the Dark Age. KingstoNe will get the forward dock. The woodlines AoE nerds dream of. Has Ganji won any games yet? Unfortunately for him, no. And the Piper9, thank you for using your Prime sub.
Behold, the horde of Genghis Khan approaches.
Oh, love that. Love that horde of Genghis Khan. But yes, the new patch will be used for Titans League. That will start on Friday. This is we had the patch dropped in the middle of rounds for gold and silver, so they're finishing the current round on the old patch. Some of the games are even Rex. And KingstoNe might lose the scout. Ganji with the fishing ship blocking. Oh, I can't block the entire way. KingstoNe will use his fishing ship just a bit to block and make sure the scout can't kill his scout. Ooh, would have been huge if he lost that and had no scouting info on this map. You really want to see those men-at-arms pushes. Beware of the Karakitai. Yes, they are without honor. That is such a line written in the 90s by someone who watched a lot of Klingon episodes of The Next Generation. They traded their honor for pastures. So Ganji will be the first player to click up. Well ahead of KingstoNe. He'll just click up now. Maybe Ganji has a chance to do a bit of damage. These are 2 skirm civs. We'll have skirm numbers for Ganji. And skirms that attack faster for KingstoNe. KingstoNe with the barracks. 5 fishing ships for Ganji, double docks. Playing this like he's fish booming on Rage Forest. I also need to update Rage Forest. Use some of the new graphical assets. Update the theming a bit. See what players think. So Feudal Age, 30 seconds, 20 seconds away. Ganji still without a barracks. And the villas and the fishing ships all peacefully fishing together. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and there we go. Ganji up to the Feudal Age. Ganji ha avanzado a la edad feudal. I downloaded all the wrecks from KingstoNe's POV. So we'll have his messages. A little solid monkey. Yep, figured I'd give this one a cast because it was at the same time as one of the sets earlier. So KingstoNe now going for a back dock. Ganji going for another side dock. Oh, look at the relic. Look at the relic there. If Ganji saw the fishing ships fleeing, he could very quickly try to do a dock block. You can dock block on these passages in various spots. It is possible. But he'll settle for just docking adjacent to the relic. What's my time? 4:19 p.m. I do love the dock block. I also love a good man-at-arms rush, as these men-at-arms are trying to teach Ganji a lesson, and I do love a good quick wall as Ganji manages to wall them out. Wall them away from the gold. 1 vil down, that could have been much worse. Men-at-arms can't go through there. Ganji was scared. Needs to avoid an overchop. Good day. Well, good morning to you. Deer or that zebra hanging out behind the house. Look at him. All right, Ganji. Will this be walled? Will he use his Rage Forest walling skills? He will. I don't know why he tried that house. That wouldn't do anything if this one didn't go up. But he will try to be walled. A Dravidian skirm comes in. At the same time, with the docks, Ganji looks like he's dominating on water with 2 Byzantine fires. He should win water on this very small, enclosed map. Oh, good night, Moore. You're from Germany. Yes, then. Good evening to you. Offensive spear, nice and cheap for the Byzantines, but won't do much against men-at-arms and skirms. And still Ganji has to be careful of overchopping. And this, again, isn't looking great for him. And the tower will shoot at the men-at-arms, force them to run away. And, oh, a villager is trapped as a forward vil from KingstoNe. He walled in one of Ganji's vils. And the skirms will take down that villager as the vil try. Oh, he walled with a tower rush. Walled with a tower rush. At the same time, Ganji, looking to continue harassing KingstoNe on the water, gets around towards the fishing eco. That's pretty far away from his home dock and any reinforcements. And looks like he really doesn't have the eco to keep focusing on the water. He did lose a couple of his own fishing ships. So he was down to 2, and now is sending vils to fight. And that does not feel good for him. Did I try out the DLC? Very briefly, because I was checking TTL maps. But I haven't given it a full, proper trial run yet. And the tower will kill the villager from Ganji. Kill the villager. And that is now an 11-0 KD for KingstoNe. It's been everything here and there. The Vil on the dock, the Men-at-Arms rush, the trapped Vil, the tower, the skirms, the fishing ships. Everything just... An extra Vil here and there adds up after a while for Ganji, and he's got pretty much nothing left of that eco. Look at that, 10 Vil difference, trying to mill the berries. Oh, and this doesn't feel good. This does not feel good at all. Did he? Oh my gosh, he's trying to chop his fire galley free. There's a reed there must be behind the dock, and it's trapped the fire galley. So he's trying to chop it free, it looks like. I can't click on that no matter what I do. There's like no graphics there. If you right click it, because Capture Age will auto select the player thing over a Gaia thing. Maybe that little corner there. Oh yes, I clicked it. Oh, those couple of pixels, I clicked it. There's 40 wood left on that reed. He needs to palisade that. He can palisade that. He doesn't need to chop it. But he trapped his fire galley by a reed he couldn't see behind KingstoNe's dock. Well, I guess KingstoNe put the dock there second, so he could have trapped his own fire ship in the back. Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. Over here, again, Ganji not fully paying attention on the water. The Men-at-Arms have gotten in on his mill. And there will be an outpost for KingstoNe. KingstoNe up to the Castle Age 2. This might be a Castle Age GG. Building a house and needing to run away. This could be a quick set. It could be. Yes, indeed. And Men-at-Arms it on the wood line again. The market doesn't go up. KingstoNe, ha avanzado a la edad de los castillos. He's up to the Castle Age, and Ganji will call the GG as KingstoNe will take it 1-0. Well done, KingstoNe. And check out the stats. Ooh, Capture Age struggling to check out the stats there. 19-3 KD for KingstoNe. Better eco, chew, technology, better castle time. Everything working out for him. So KingstoNe definitely the heavy favorite in this set. Oh, I gotta love that AOM soundtrack. And I'm just gonna get the ads out of the way on Twitch because I was starting the stream and it's gonna want me to play ads. So I'll wait for them before the next game. And for the maps, that'll be African River won by KingstoNe. For the civs, that will be Dravidians over Byzantines. And game 2 indeed will be a bypass. So let's keep the same colors. KingstoNe back into cyan, because cyan, of course, is the best color. This will be Khmer against Malay on bypass. And once the ad's over, we'll launch. So how's everyone been liking the DLC? Have you tried it out yet? I've seen that the DLC had mixed reviews on Steam, but that seems to be mostly, hopefully, issues that they fix, with the voice chat being absolutely ridiculous. That they have AI-generated text-to-speech and speech-to-text, but no push-to-talk, push-to-mute, or volume slider. So, some really odd priorities there. And then the other thing I saw was achievements didn't work. That you started the DLC and it unlocked all the achievements. Waiting for a sale. Yeah, I would never buy one of these DLCs full price. Especially since they upped them to $20. I thought it was crazy when they started selling them for $10 for only 2 civs. And didn't include stuff like new maps or a bunch of the other features that DLCs had on HD. That they were up to $20 is insane. Viper says kings aren't as broken, civs aren't as broken as 3K. That would be pretty hard, honestly. That would be pretty hard to be as broken as 3K. Blacksmith techs no longer stack with 256. All right. Well, here we go. Hello, Capture Age. Why are you a black screen of death? Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. I opened the wrong version of Capture Age. I need to open the previous live. There we are. Sorry about that. Noob streamer. Needing to use the old version of Capture Age. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Shaking my head, noob streamer. I know, I can hear you shaking your head from all the way out here. Thanks to the fact I swapped my headset and grabbed a gaming headset that is not connected via Bluetooth. So my audio is not messed up by DE right now. And... oh, KingstoNe was going to be in the Cyan. Let me not forget that. KingstoNe in the Cyan for consistency. So Ganji's still looking to pick up a win, and his final week will be against Jordan, who is #1 in the group so far, so things are not looking too good. Too good for Ganji. He's had a couple of really competitive sets, but never been able to put everything together and pick up a win. Malay feel like a much better civ than Khmer do on this map, I have to say. I definitely prefer the Malay. $20 for you, €20 for... I mean, that's even more expensive, €20, based on the exchange rate. I'll have to... well, I do get a free copy as a content creator, but I think it's still kind of awful. Wait, what is that gate from Ganji? Oh, he doesn't want the zebra to walk back, so he's going to try to funnel it. He needs to put, like, a couple of goats there to make it walk around the goats. Oh, he's going to do the thing. He's going to do the thing. Let's go, Ganji. Do it. Yes, he's going to get the zebra running into the gate, and then he's going to see it go to its run animation, and he'll open the gate. You got to get the timing on this. Oh, Ganji, no. No. He's doing the easy thing. If you time it right, you can get the zebra running into the gate and then push it through and open the gate. Oh, I was so excited. He was going to do a cute little trick, and then he gave up on it. To be fair, it is a ridiculous waste of time, and it takes way too long to pull off. But if you do it, it is amazing. Little tricks like that. Part of what makes AoE 2 fun. Also, on this map, I definitely recommend, if you have a boar or rhino, or there'll be elephants or rhinos on this map that's by the gate, lure that one first. Don't let your opponent come forward and lame it. Don't get louched. I've seen the louch has been climbing in Elo, too. Well over 2K at this point. Hello, G-Grady. So what do we see? I mean, Malay could play this Men-at-Arms Tower Rush like we saw Doubt play. They could also play Standard and Boom. I would probably like their chances if Ganji 3TC booms for a fast imp and then pushes with some early Imperial Age aggression. You can give up some map control if you don't scout the outsides, though. It is definitely worth it to scout in the Dark Age, because you can see in the Fog of War where all the zebras are, and that way if your opponent goes out to grab the zebras, you'll be able to spot them. Oh, maybe I should randomize these so the zebras are ostriches. I didn't change that about the map. That'd be a nice thing to do. Chat is blocking the scores. Oh, thank you. This is an old version of Capture Age, and I need to move that up. Thank you for the raid, Baron. This is 300 I use. There we go. Thank you so much, Baron, for the raid. There we go. What about some Rayas or Mouflons? Do they fit the theme? Hope you had a good day of team games, Baron. How have you been liking the DLC? Not sure. Not sure. That's a vote of confidence right there. Not really any pocket civs in it. Does this mean we can play team games and people won't be rushing pocket for the next couple of weeks? That's always the struggle of playing random team games. People rush to pick the pocket colors. And then you're in voice chat with someone and you're trying to play two people on one side and you're on opposite flanks. I need to dig into the in-game voice chat too. That is very, very, very scary, the way it's on by default. Baron had no issue being the Princess Pocket. He's both a Baron and a Princess. Those are two titles. So, double bit axe and a horse collar for KingstoNe. As the Chimera, he's up on 20 population, perhaps anticipating the early aggression with a men-at-arms trush from Ganji. But that's not going to happen. Ganji's going to go for a long boom and will FC. Maybe this build gives KingstoNe a bit more flexibility in how he responds to Ganji. Don't think it's as strong as a straight FC. And he is farming in the feudal age as the Chimera, which you can skip, I think, on these elephant maps if you push in all your zebras. It's Pocket Princess, and no, I am not. Is Chaos Pit in TTL? Chaos Pit is not in TTL, at least not this season. Is that in the ranked ladder? So, Feudal Age just about in for Ganji. He's lucky that KingstoNe hasn't actually managed to find his scout. Ganji up to the Feudal Age. So the team game ladder. Okay, okay. Did you do lots of douching there? That was the meta on Nations Cup last time. Douche the pocket. Or remove the pocket princess. He does like to boom. That is very true. So, market for Ganji. On the new saves may become a common pick for it for Chaos Pit. Isn't the map pool supposed to update, like, today or tomorrow? I remember seeing a vote with Arabia Arena, Migration, and Islands as the dev picks. And I think Hideout had won the vote. So I might be able to ban a bunch of maps and play Closed or Water. Updated midstream for you. Okay, we can check that out after the games here. So both players up to the Castle Age. And from the looks of it, Ganji going purely for a boom. Ganji is rather well known as a monk rusher, but with only one Vil on gold and with all the nerfs monks have suffered recently, might not be viable for him. One siege tower and a couple of crossbows basically shuts down a monk rush these days. It's a pretty sad state of the monks at the moment. So we'll have Castle Age. Faster for Ganji is the Malay. No surprise to see a fast castle from the Malay. And there he is up to the Castle Age and going over to Stone. All right, going straight to Stone as he adds a second TC. Interesting build from him. Oh, 2 TCs. Okay, I thought maybe it'd be some type of castle, but no, just a 3 TC boom. So this might be 3 TC boom, Imp Treb fight. Maybe it becomes a 5 TC boom into elephants, but pretty straightforward from him. KingstoNe now will send a Vil to the front, scout the middle, and maybe do an outpost? Can't really do anything aggressive here, because you don't have enough room to build. There's the quicksand in the middle. T90 told me about how he spent his childhood worried about quicksand. And yet has not encountered it in his adult Floridian life. Does blind go to the outside? Well, that's what KingstoNe did. KingstoNe has, as I said earlier, scouted both of the outsides, so by keeping track of the zebras, he would know 100% whether or not Ganji were out there too. They really did make a big deal about quicksand back in the day. I feel like that was in a lot of old video games, quicksand as a hazard. It's not really a hazard here in AoE 2, it just blocks you from building, it's just reskinned rock. Stays out of the Everglades. I feel like there are more dangers in the Everglades than quicksand offers. It was in every show at least once in most movies. I wonder why that is. Maybe it was just a special effect that was possible in the 90s. That people said, you know what, we can do this and make it look okay. So we'll keep doing it. Maybe that could be it. And thank you, Roca Cordero, for the follow. If you stand ground patrol over quicksand, your units get stuck. Maybe that's how we can fix the pathing. Stand ground patrol over quicksand and you get stuck. Let's go KingstoNe. Alright, we got a KingstoNe fan. So he's down by 12 vills in the boom. It is hard to outboom Malay. Malay can even outboom Kuman so they get a free 3TC boom. They are very good with their quicker age ups. I do like the TC positioning on the side to take the deer, though. You're delaying farms. As the Chimera, though, you kind of want to farm. It's so efficient for you not needing to drop off. They build tension and involve one character saving the other. That they do. It's a good plot device. And Anderson WS10, thank you for the follow. I feel like in general for movies, 90s movies didn't age well. That special effects were possible, but not quite there yet. Up in the scout. Kills another scout, so Ganji finally scoutless. Then you get to the early 2000s, and you hit like this peak of practical plus special effect combination, where stuff ages very well from that point. But then beyond that, it's just pure special effect, and it looks kind of uncanny. And Mangonel out to hit the Repairville. KingstoNe went for the forward workshop around the back of Ganji's base. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4 TCs now for KingstoNe. He wants to boom behind this pressure. CGI peaked with Transformer and Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean? I only remember the first one. I don't remember any of the subsequent ones. Remember when they were filmed on location? Let's get you to bed, Grandpa. Let's get you to bed. Person who played AoE 2 as a kid. So this will be a housing disaster, as 3 houses go down to a mangonel. And mangonel attacking a scout. It depends on the movie, though, because then you have stuff like the Star Wars prequels, which are just green screen after green screen. And now's a good spot for KingstoNe to push from with that hill. That hill is pretty annoying for Ganji. Mangonels will do extra damage from atop it. Mangonel hitting a Vil. And nice Mangonel micro from KingstoNe. Ganji fallen behind quite a bit with the micro, has a lot of weak Vils on his gold. This Mangonel's getting repaired. He needs to go fast imp and push, or he's gonna get crushed in late imp. He does need to go. Well, he needs to push somehow. He still has a nice Vil lead and eco lead. But he doesn't want to be too disrupted by this pressure on the back. We'll have a forward workshop from KingstoNe, and KingstoNe will start walling the passage. Will he wall this in time? He is a vision of the mangonel. He has the speed wall. He has the speed wall. And I don't think he'll get... Oh, look at that reformation. I don't think he'll get too much HP on the wall. The pikemen trying to go forward. They will be walled out. KingstoNe's getting as much HP on the walls as possible. The mangonel's not shooting until pretty late. And the weakest tile, 800 HP at least. So the mangonels will get through that pretty quickly. Wall won't hold for long. Not a defensive castle? That's a lot of stone. He's on stone now and can do a defensive castle at some point. But will it be before the mangonels break in? That'll depend on his own mangonel micro. And times the ungarrison. Oh, and he's going to try to wall this. Oh, Sneaky Vil getting forward to wall this. And now that resets the timer. And probably does make it safe for a defensive castle. I don't know if he'd want to sell wood and buy it or just try to hold longer and mine it with stone. But he has all the map control right now and a score lead despite a huge eco difference. And he's finally pulling ahead in Vils thanks to that 4 TC boom he has. Ganji also has handcart. Let's see if they both have handcart. Mangonel's attacking the wall still. She managed to wall in front of the mangonels. Quick walling skills, that's how. Yeah, Ganji housed now, too. You gotta make sure you have enough houses. And destroying the houses out here are actually pretty nice for KingstoNe. So Ganji will do a defensive castle. He'll do the castle at home. And he lost a lot of pikemen to mangonels trying to get the castle up. That was a lot of dead pikemen. So now he has one of those Malay castles. As we have Imp and Squires both clicked for Ganji. And there's the castle for Ganji. Lots of pikemen, but no Vils killed. Ah, that's true. Pikemen, he might be willing to sacrifice. So it'll be a little bit more than a minute faster for Ganji up to Imp. And then the question is, what does he do to push? He can't push on the outside. KingstoNe has map control there. KingstoNe will even do a castle on the outside rather than a defensive one. Karambit's not able to break through. Maybe Ganji needs a quick siege tower to hop the walls. Get Karambits in a spot where they can destroy the mangonels. KingstoNe will try to re-wall this. And mangonel destroys the other mangonel. Imp on the way, 15 seconds. There'll be a castle on the outside for KingstoNe. There's Ganji Imp. And now the trebs will be popping. He has a petard. Really? Well, okay. I'm thinking siege tower. He's thinking petard. He will open the wall. Mangonel's not able to stop that, but some quick walls in the back, and now the Karambit's flattened by the mangonel. And, ooh, Vils hit by a mangonel. How do we calculate angle? Pi radians. And there's KingstoNe Imp himself, so he's ready to get some trope, and Ganji will just call it. Alright. Ganji... Well, the res collected are similar, the Vils are similar. I think this is a situation Ganji could have kept playing. Looking rough for him, but I think in the long run, I'd still probably prefer the Malay over the Khmer. KingstoNe. Oh, he was trying to wall in over here. That would have been silly. Trying to wall Ganji in. I don't think that was over by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I feel like you take Hera and you put him in Ganji's spot, probably finds a way to win. But I can definitely understand his looking at the score and not having all the info we have, thinking, I wasn't able to push into early Imp. Now I have to face someone who's going to treb fight me from the outside and even do a ballista elephant to cut. And he did lose a lot of pikemen there, 30-11 KD. So that is interesting. The push from the outside helped out for KingstoNe. Ganji had a good eco lead for a long time until the push did too much damage. He tried to push forward and took some damage in the rear. Alright, so that's 2-0 favor KingstoNe. A chance to push out from any angle? You don't think he had a chance to push out if he takes a treb fight on the outside at least? I don't know, I still think Malay or a Civ that in the long run probably win against Chimera in a trash war. But maybe this is a situation where I'm so used to watching ACCM, not GG. I look at Ganji with this GG and think there are just other players who wouldn't resign there. Alright, so we had, thank you, Maidai Kaio for the follow. And so it'll be a loss for Ganji on bypass. And that was Malay against Khmer. And then the final game there will be Stranded. Let's make sure I use the previous version to capture age. And have that open properly. Yes, I do. Alright, so we'll keep the same colors that we've had for all the games. Ganji red, KingstoNe cyan, Armenians Huns. And here we are. Ganji will be down 0-2. And considering he's against Jordan in the final week, things are not looking good as far as Ganji picking up a win. Ganji trying to find a TC spot. Will TC the second gold instead of the main one? I guess it does mean he's closer to a stone if he goes out to the second gold. KingstoNe will head straight to the main gold. And it will be Stranded. Also, KingstoNe, he is the Huns, so he does not have the wood to do TC and a dock at the start. The fishing ship can pick up a bit of food, but then has to be idled until KingstoNe collects enough wood to build the dock. Won't need houses, but will indeed need more wood for fishing ships. He will, however, once that TC finishes, get access to the Hunnic horse and be able to pick up all of the water buffalo scattered around the island. Other way around? What do you mean other way around? Ganji has Huns? Oh, wait, no, that's because I wrote them incorrectly on the scoreboard. Sorry, that is my fault. That is my fault. There you go. KingstoNe has the Huns. KingstoNe has the Huns. Thank you, thank you. I'm putting the text on the scoreboard myself so it doesn't get cut off by capture age. But I need to make sure that I type it correctly when the players are on opposite sides of their seating. Typing stuff is hard sometimes. Match. These are Rex pocketing. These are Rex. So no match command. And he'll take the elephant. That went to the TC and walked back, but it's close enough it doesn't really matter. He's taking a buffalo instead of the elephant. Interesting. So I guess he's thinking he wants the food directly under the TC so he can drop it off. He's struggling a bit for food early since he went so heavily to wood to do the dock. Getting a tight build order for the Huttons, I think, on this map is pretty tricky, because you need to do so much swapping between wood and food to balance out your fishing ships. Huns go CA, FC Spearmen for Armenians feels like a good counter for Hun horses. Or Cav Archers. Maybe, I feel that an FC, if you're the Huns in this situation, might risk the Armenians getting forward position for fortified churches. If you don't have army out in time to stop that. But I really don't know what the best approach is here. I've seen players go for men-at-arms and feudal, I've seen fast castles, and I've seen both approaches work out. I've seen a couple games where it was full-on and no food, full crossbows. And I don't like that. I think it's lost more often than not, but it hasn't lost every game, it has still won. See a Tarkin rush one day. This is the new patch. Nope, this is the old patch. This is the old patch. So no hulks on the water. The new patch for TTL will start on Friday with Platinum. Rhino attacks the Vil, garrisoned in time. Yeah, Huns, get the horse after building the TC. After building the TC. Now, KingstoNe has the Hunnic horse, and he can pick up as many buffaloes as he can find. 7 buffaloes. Since it is Nomad, Ganji does not have a scout himself and won't be able to pick them up. Be able to train Hun horses. Sending a Vil to pick up buffaloes too. He wants more buffaloes. Maybe with all that food, it is simple to do FC with the Huns, though. You might not need as many fishing ships if you're committed to taking buffaloes. And if they start to run out by the time you're hitting Castle Age, if you're swapping to wood and gold for cav archers, maybe that isn't as important. Dark Age stable, 20 food, Hunnic horse. Now you're cooking with ideas. So Vil hunting another elephant for Ganji, she'll lure that in. As we'll have a Rhino taken under the TC. And ooh, Vil just hops into TC in time. 20 food to upgrade a Vil to a horse. Okay, now upgrade a Vil to a horse. That sounds pretty silly. Maybe you could be able to mount the Vil atop a horse and create scouts from the Hunnic horse. Alright, elephant. Not in the best position under the TC. That top area will block off access to it. But I'm sure KingstoNe will be happy just to get it there. It does have 3 elephants right now. Forget the horse, get on the elephant, tame the elephant. Turn it into a battle elephant. Or an elephant archer. That RTS returned Vils into military units? You can do that in Age of Mythology. You can upgrade your Norse villagers into the Ulfsark. I don't know if they changed the name of that in the remaster. And then the Atlanteans could upgrade Vils to heroes. But I guess those are still technically eco units. Flemish militia. Well, probably not anymore. So Ganji wants to wall up, play it safe. I wonder if he'll try to FC. Armenians could go aggressive for men-at-arms, maybe even longswords in the feudal age. It can be tricky to do damage with how well the TC covers the entire economy, wood and gold here. And that is a lot of water buffalo. 13 water buffalo for KingstoNe. And there's still more on the way. He will go for a forward barracks. A forward barracks, and he saw that this so far is not walled up. Yeah, I never played 080. I feel like I saw 080 10 years ago at least. Probably even more. I don't know if that ever got beyond very early alpha stages. So double bit axe for Ganji. He'll get an extra boost from that by being the Armenians. And it looks like he is going to add in double dock galleys. Takes a while to sail around if your docks are at home. And more water buffaloes picked up by KingstoNe. 26 years ago? That's a long time ago. American Conquest, I did play that. I never really figured out how to play that. That was an RTS game where for as many units as you trained, you constantly had to spend food. And your food would trickle down as your units were simply alive, walking about, doing their day-to-day villagering. Your soldiers, I think you also had to pay them. And then if you ran out of food, you would have a famine, and your units would randomly start dying. Your units would randomly start dying. And buildings, you could walk soldiers into them and capture them. Sounds like a lot of Civ games. It's usually how it works IRL. Imagine that in AoE 2. You hit 0 food, everything starts to die. Kazakh said upkeep on walls and ships. Upkeep the walls. Imagine that. You gotta upkeep quick walls in AoE 2. And okay, Ganji deleting a wall for a barracks. Not letting KingstoNe in at least. Now Ganji focusing on water. Trying to pick off fishing ships, hasn't gotten a kill yet. Defensive fire for KingstoNe. Such a long distance for the galleys to sail around. KingstoNe can get a bit of a defense. And keep his fishing ships working. And now... Ganji, maybe an opening to strike. The fires are a bit out of position. But Ganji is nowhere close to the castle age yet, as KingstoNe is 30 seconds away from being up, and still hasn't really taken damage. 4 galleys in the fish, so it probably will lose some fish now. Take 6 arrows to sink a fishing ship. So 4 is actually 1 bit of overkill. Sometimes you miss, though. And fletching doesn't affect it, 6 arrows. Just gives you more range, so it still is helpful, but doesn't affect the number of arrows it takes to sink the fishing ship. If you don't have enough amenities, your cities rebel and spawn partisans. If you run out of gold, your military units die off. Yeah, I never played any Civ games. Ganji forward with the galleys, trying to sink the fire. He did finally get 4 fishing ships. And res collected, he's actually ahead, but now needs to find a way to go up against the Cav Archer push. So Hun Cav Archers, the FC did work out. Ganji didn't go feudal on land himself, so he didn't get those forward fortified churches like I was afraid of if KingstoNe had FC'd. And all the walls on their way up for Ganji. After hours Civ gaming. You have to finish all the maps for Brazil Dynasties first before I can do anything after hours. So walls up for Ganji. Archers still in the back. Ganji will make a cut to the TC with the gate. Brazil maps it for the Brazil land. You're gonna have a qualifier in April. I'm trying to get them done by the end of the month. So war galley for KingstoNe in the north, and he's still losing fishing ships. Still losing fishing ships. Ganji trying to sail off the corner of the earth. As he tries to attack another fishing ship, but the fire ship is in. Remember, this is the old patch. As the galley goes down. But yeah, fishing ships for an unopposed push into his base. Well, he is up to the castle age, doing bloodlines, has a stable, and maybe a few knights are all it takes to push back the mangonels. KingstoNe with a forward dock, ready to disrupt Ganji's fishing eco. At the very least, Ganji has had 10 fishing ships for a long while. Pretty nice lead for him in res collected. So if he could turn this into a night push, he might still be okay. Kind of tricky with only 1 stable, though. But now that he's in the castle age, can immediately do a fortified church. And he'll start with a workshop, but once he does the church, he'll have a relic. Doing war galley himself. As stone walls are still working to keep the mangonels away. 24-hour stream is tomorrow? Maybe someday. 12 hours, 14 hours is I think the longest I can realistically do. I do need my sleep these days. Now that I'm in my 30s. So, war galley for Ganji. Just wants to be walled in with the nice walls. Wants to play arena. Says only 5 closed maps this season isn't enough. Fire ships all going down, but they are sinking fishing ships in the process. Fishing ships are destroyed quickly by fire ships. A little too slow on troops. Yeah, now the Cav Archers are in on the wood line. The mangonels have pushed so far that the TC can shoot at them. And he's going for a defensive mangonel. And it feels like this is too slow of a defense for him. He did a lot of... Oh, okay, maybe. If Kingstone doesn't pay attention... Ganji even attack grounded, hoping he would pay attention and run into it, but no. Okay. Well, 6 cav archers for free. Maybe Ganji still is in this. He lost all of his fishing ships, though. Now, that's the danger of fire ships in the Castle Age. Much better than fire galleys or even feudal galleys at destroying fishing ships. Now Ganji with a couple of war galleys. 1 more fishing ship left for him, but there'll be no more fishing on this map unless they add it back. Kingstone with maybe a bit more water control now. Ganji do what he can with this mangonel fight. Needs some repairs. Ganji delete some houses and house himself. Oh, there's a fortified church. Church is usually good at repelling mangonel pushes. This one will be a bit out of position from the TC, though. We'll at least give him a relic. Maybe warrior priests that could fight off the mangonels. Don't know how useful they'd be with cav archers. Also has redemption as an option. Redemption monks. Might be a bit harder with so many mangonels, though. Yeah, Ganji housed still. Trying to throw down more houses. Yeah, Kingstone can't be housed. He's the Huns. He's the Huns. Is that 46 out of 40? That is not a pretty number. I don't think Capture Age plays a sound when you're housed. I don't know if I can activate that. Yeah, I just realized there were things I might not pay attention to that as well in Capture Age because they don't have a corresponding sound like they do in game. Like the attack notifications I turn off because people say they're annoying. I leave the conversion sounds on though. You always want to hear a good conversion. Yeah, I looked at 46 out of 50. I looked at when it said 46 out of 50. I'm assuming it said it was lower than that at some point. Oh, the sad Hun of course finally killed by a mangonel. So Ganji has at least his main gold by the TC, not pushed off a gold yet. Kingstone is pulling ahead in resources. And so far, that stable hasn't really done anything. I wouldn't mind 2 or 3 knights here to push back against mangonels. He has the first armor, he has bloodlines. And there are, so far, no monks from Kingstone, just doing his first now. Mangonel from Ganji pushes some archers back. And he is stubbornly staying on mangonels. Maybe he could pick off more cav archers with a good shot. But he needs a good shot, and loses the mangonel at this point. As that Vil from Kingstone will keep repairing. Oh, hello, blue. Mangonel goes down. Also, thanks for pointing out the reads on Mudflow. I've fixed that. I'll upload the fix tonight. I have no idea how that broke, but I did fix it. So, Monk here healing for Kingstone, who has a nice lead. He has the forward position. But not over yet. Ganji, at least, is with these 2 golds, finding a way to stay on gold. And I think this is an interesting strategy for the TC location. Purposefully TCing one of the second golds. Okay, that is not one shot. Because it does keep the stone under his control better. Mangonel swappy in kills. But Kingstone keeps pressuring. These things go up so quickly. The churches go up so quickly. And now Ganji has gold control. He has a gold, if not 2. He's got Sanctity clicked. He can always turn things around with fast conversions. The problem is the second TC now for Kingstone is he's adding an eco and farming around this. So he should slowly be taking a better eco lead. He's already up by around 800 res. Remember, Ganji was up earlier with the fishing eco before he lost the fish. Did re-add fish, though, to get up to 7 fishing ships. But that just makes the actual villager discrepancy worse at 43 to 59. Mangonel hitting the Vil, so they have to run back and forth. Vil goes for repairs for Kingstone's Mangonel. We have Redemption and Sanctity. Monks want conversions, as the church will push cav archers away. And other cav archers from KingstoNe will hit Ganji's gold. Right now, he does not have the military to stop that, while also fighting at the front of his base. Relying on the church, but that will idle his vills, and just bring KingstoNe to a further villager lead. And oh, his Mangonel attacked an outpost instead of retaliating. I don't know if that was a right click or just an auto attack before it saw the Mangonel. Well, still more fishing ships moving around the outside. They're not fishing all that efficiently for Ganji, as his docks are in the southern corner of the map where he's taken everything, and not out on the sides. Ooh, 2 HP left on the Mangonel. Won't destroy an uphill Mangonel. Ganji wishing the delete bug were back. And the church will kill a cav archer as a couple of vills go down. Monks would love conversions on Mangonels. He gets a conversion, cleans one Mangonel. How did that not destroy both? He converts and then kills his own converted Mangonel. Oh no. Gets his own kill. Wasn't in the patch notes that Coastal Forest would generate upside down? I think there's a lot of things that sometimes they don't put in the patch notes. Subtle little things. Like that boar bug I showed off the other day. Or that boar change. That apparently has been changed since the Three Kingdoms. And I just noticed this when I was checking the maps. Monk's going to convert Mangonels as cav archers attack the monk. The Mangonels run away. Monk picked off by cav archers. Stonegate will have 4,000 out of 2750 health. I've seen that a couple of times with weird gate HP issues. I'm not sure what causes that. But yeah, this might be it for Ganji. He's gonna need some good, lucky conversions, but so far so good at killing monks, especially with the hill bonus for KingstoNe. Nice box formation for him too, and there's been no counterattack at all. KingstoNe has been booming freely. Yeah, he doesn't have the water, but he destroyed Ganji's fishing ships before Ganji could actually reboom. So that's now 83 to 59 eco. And we can see just how hard it is for Mangonel pushes to destroy fortified churches. But at least they're good at destroying the monks. Or killing the monks. Cav archers hit by a Mangonel. And staying in the min-range. GGWP, no chance 11, 0-15, here I come. Ganji not feeling confident. Ganji not feeling confident in himself. Oh no. But well done for KingstoNe. Hello, Arbase. I'll check out some stats. That's a 41 to 41 KD. Ganji killed 2 of his own units and got the kills and the losses for him. Those conversions while shots were in the air. And it started out promising, winning the water, but Ganji was not able to stop any of that Castle Age aggression. Think you would have achieved Ganji too? Trust you'd have managed to go 0-15? I don't know, that is pretty tough. Alright, so I'm going to... Let's see, I can swap from the old patch to the current patch now. Are there any more gold sets that are going to be on the old patch, Arbase, or are we just going to be current here? Let me check Wikipedia and see if there are any more games remaining from this round. Yes? Alright, yes. So I will need this previous live again. Dogawa Gugu next week. And I guess Jordan's Rex probably were played on the old patch. Wait, I can do this. That's how I find Wikipedia. So just update this for maps. That's a win for KingstoNe on Stranded. And for Civ, a win for the Huns. I don't know how strong Huns are going to be with not being able to do the dock immediately on this map. I don't know if the horse makes up for it, but with all the buffaloes, if there is a map to make up for it, that's maybe the one. Yeah, Sag not getting a win. House with no houses. I probably said KingstoNe at some point. I only had 2 coffees today. I need like 4 or 5 to cast properly, it would seem. But that is indeed sad for Ganji, who is 0-12. Jordan is 11-1. His only loss was against Margugu. And the final set will be Ganji-Jordan. Margugu will say 3-0 Margugu even if he lost. Well, he did. So now all of round 4 other than Dogao Margugu is finished. That's actually a huge set for second versus third, and for staying in front of KingstoNe. But neither of them, I think, can catch Jordan. Margugu would have to go... Let's see. He would need to get at least 5 wins, more likely 6-0, and hope that Jordan loses games to Ganji. So Jordan pretty secure. I think he's definitely... I guess he hasn't clinched playoffs, actually. If KingstoNe and Dogao... Wait, no, he has, yeah. There's no way he finishes under both Margugu and Dogao since they play each other. Yeah, so he has at least clinched playoffs. In all likelihood, he will be first. Group D is really interesting. Group D. So I have no idea what to think for Group D. But I think Duduzu probably got a couple of 3-0 sweeps where he was very early in resigning and not really playing 100% of what he's capable of. Stone Please Turs, Daniel Kasfa, and Classic Pro Duduzu in the final week. Duduzu not necessarily guaranteed to be relegated either. He could sweep, get a 3-0 win over Classic Pro. Turs loses 3-0 to Stone, or either player in Stone Please Turs is a sweep. And then Duduzu finishes still ahead of Daniel if he gets swept by Kasfa. So Duduzu not eliminated yet. Classic Pro, I think, should be safe from elimination. Yeah, 4 points between first and last. And see, Group B, Doubt, Sorokuma, Kapach is our final standings. Where Kapach has beaten both Doubt and Sorokuma, but lost 1 game to Z40, so is a game behind them in the standings. However, he's facing Sobek, which he should be a heavy favorite. But again, needs to pull off a sweep and not just win 2-1 for his best chances. Doubt versus Sorokuma, if either of them sweeps, then they're guaranteed ahead of Kapach. And Prisma here? Who's Prisma playing in the final week? Prisma Vilesa. So I think Prisma, the only one who could pass him is Wide then. He will have the second tiebreaker, Series 1, above Valis and above Vilesa, so even if they tie him at 9 points, he'll have the tiebreaker. Wide, the only player who could pass him. Playing Overtaken, which could be a good set for him. I mean, it wouldn't be out of this world that Wide sweeps Overtaken and Vilesa sweeps Prisma, or maybe wins 2-1 over Prisma. So Prisma looks to be pretty the favorite for first, definitely, but not safely there too. Dudu versus Stone set anywhere to watch? We could always cast that a second time if I didn't cast it. Well, yeah, Wide has been impressive. I thought Wide was probably going to be 4th in the group. I'm not surprised that Prisma's doing so well. And Valis, Vilesa, Miguel were always question marks about what shape they'd be in. Well, Wide's certainly been taking as much advantage of that group as he could. So let's see. I will update all of my capture age scenes to be normal capture age and not previous capture age for the moment. Can we watch Sobek Z40 again? I don't have any more games from this patch to cast, but maybe I can go to the current patch and see if we can cast a new DLC game or two. And then I gotta go do some map scripting. And let me just see, upgrade capture age. Or update capture age. OBS, why can I not? Hold on, OBS, what are you doing? Capture age, there we go. Audio needs to be normal capture age. There we are. Alright, let's update the patch and see what happens. It doesn't tell me that I'm on an old patch. I am on the oh, I did that already. Let's just cast a ranked game. Let's get some ads out of the way and cast a ranked game. Time to play some new patch games. I do need to do map scripting today. Any reason Dogao's games are so delayed? I don't know. Arbase, is there a reason Dogao's games are so delayed? This game's taking a long time to load. Our loading times increased with the new patch. That's something to look at, because this game is taking a really long time to load. Now let's go look at some ranked games. Ooh, is there anyone playing right now of interest? Oh, Smokey versus Bruh. Let's cast Smokey versus Bruh. Wait, they don't have any new civs, though. Lithuanians, Burmese. Survivalist playing with the Inca. Smokey Bruh are playing Arena, though. That feels fun. Oh, Phosphoro's just queuing. Well, Phosphoro Matza. That's gotta be a banger. Phosphoro versus Matza. Oh, no, actually, wait. He's versus Scotty? Did Matza change his profile? Did he get dodged? This will be a double USA game. Is it okay if red Phosphoro is in blue and Scotty's in red? I think that's not okay. Let me see, will my overlay survive this? I think it will. If you saw me playing, you thought I was just a random player who was kind of good. Hey, you can add me on Steam, definitely. Sometimes we'll do community games here. Probably a bit higher level, though. Any tips? My number one tip for new players: learn your hotkeys for go to TC and create villager, and also for setting a control group for the scout and swapping to the scout. And get used to swapping between the scout and the TC. So let's see. This isn't TTL anymore. This is just ranked games. Well, we'll see how these two players do. Our base confirming the map script works. Great. I'll update that after the stream. Scotty's on OS. These players aren't in TTL, so I don't have them added to my scoreboard. Let me swap some sides here. And thank you, Loyal Panda, for the follow, and Ruamez for the follow. Thank you all for the follows. We've been getting a ton of follows this past month. So the Inca, this is the new DLC. And Christy Ace, thank you for the follow. So we'll have Scotty to the north and Phosphoro to the south. I need to get their flags and teams added. I'm still making an overlay update, so apologies for not having that. But we will have a wonderful Inca matchup with the new DLC, the Champy Scout. How good is this thing? I don't know. I've been doing so much map scripting, I haven't actually played with it yet. And Pi Silent, thank you for the follow. Will we see a lame? So on the scoreboard, Dr. Wiley is red Phosphoro. He has lots of alts. He has lots of alt accounts. And Ingrid Norway, thank you for the follow. I do want to take a trip. I was thinking, I don't think I'll be able to do it for Red Bull. I do want to take a trip to Norway sometime. I've never been there, but it feels like a fun trip. Maybe over the summer, though, when it's warmer. Yeah, look at him go. Look at him run. He's bringing me back to my distance runner days. Back to when my mile time was under 5 minutes. When I could still dunk a basketball. Young Twest. So, Borlor, everything standard so far for Phosphoro. I'm sad he didn't try to lame. This thing is just like the Eagle, very good at laming. Oh wait, we have a double Champy Scout. Double Champy Scouts. Yes, we had the early barracks. So this is the Inca Champy Scout Rush. The Inca only need 1 house because it gives 10 pop space instead of 5. And then you have wood for an early barracks. So Scotty has not done a lumber camp yet. He is simply chopping stragglers. Could I re-commentate or recap the match between Antagonist and Niaz? I didn't see that, but T90 casted that. You can see it on his channel if you want to go watch it. It should be on his YouTube. Does Scotty know? Does Scotty know what? Well, what are we asking if Scotty knows? So, Phosphoro doing the same thing. Inca Mirror. Exact same build from both these players. The meme is Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know? I don't know the meme. I don't know what Scotty doesn't know. So I've heard of that bug, Daniel, where some people are not able to access the new campaigns. I don't know a solution to it, unfortunately. I've seen a couple of people posted about that. Watch Eurotrip. All right. On the watch list. Yeah, trying verifying the integrity of the Steam install would be the first thing I would do. There should be a right-click option if you right-click AOE2 in Steam to verify the integrity of the game files. If you have it on the Microsoft Store, though, I'm not sure there are options for that. So Phosphoro has been posting. He's been posting that Forever Dark Age with the Champy Warrior is going to be unstoppable. He is really high on this strategy. And that looks to be what we're going to see here. Chopping wood for houses eventually. The only Scotty I know is from Star Trek. So there is a settlement. They don't have lumber camps, mills, or mining camps. I saw the Reddit post about the Inca that had good fun with the patch notes that said, "What a nerf for the Inca. They lost access to eagles, lumber camps, mining camps, and mills." But they do have the settlement, which is a drop site for everything, and that'll be a great location among the hares, the gold, and the wood line for Scotty's settlement. Go back to when I was 15 and watch it. 1000 HP. Oh my gosh, that is beefy. That'll be some good quick walling with settlements. So they're both 6 to 7 on Champy Warriors, so pretty close, equal in vills. A bit more idle time on the TC for Scotty. Which civilization would you recommend starting with as a beginner? Honestly, do any civilization. It doesn't really matter. Civilizations are not, like, as important as the strategies that you go for. So if you're learning how to make a TC, keep it running, maybe go for a fast castle and boom if you're on arena. Go for maybe a scouts rush on Arabia. The civ doesn't really matter. If you think anything looks fun, go for it. If you want to play random civs, go for it. There's nothing that's going to be particularly different at that level. Oh, okay, brief waiting for players. We have a bit of a lag spike. But also, I don't need the TTL logo. I forgot this isn't TTL. There we go. So Loom on the way for Scotty. At some point, they might fight each other. At some point, they might not. This is just both of them amassing as many of these scouts as they can. Nobody expects the Spanish archer push. Well, missionaries can pick up relics now. Missionaries can pick up relics. So we might see some more Spanish picked. Especially on Arena. And okay, Ville's a bit exposed. But if you take a fight with the Champy Scouts against Vils and the Vils fight back, then you're losing. Okay, big fight here. Vils and Champy Scouts from Scotty fighting together against Phosphoro. And Phosphoro has to run away. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 20, what's that, 13 to 10 army? And 0 kills. Or 1 kill, 1-0 kill for Phosphoro. Or actually, no, that's the Eco Katie. 2 to 1 overall for Scotty. But Phosphoro has to be careful. He's trying to take a fight there. I don't think he's going to win the fight. I think Scotty wins that easily. Phosphoro tries to run. That was not a good engagement from him. Did not judge that fight correctly. And now he's down in Champy Warriors. He's trying to, same thing, settlements between gold and wood, and between wood and the hares. Fun stuff, says Scotty. As the Inca go for the forever Champy Scout rush. And Feudal Age clicked first for Scotty, who looks like, I don't know, what does Feudal Age do? Is this a waste of 500 food, or is it good? Do you want to go Feudal in this matchup, or do you want to keep pumping out Champy Scouts? I've not casted anything on this patch yet, so I don't know if there's a meta developing around this. I'm now worried to queue and run into this. You can upgrade in Feudal, yes. So maybe Feudal is key to getting the upgrade. And if you feel that you have a numbers advantage, then that's when you want to click Feudal. Instead, we're gonna have double barracks. So Feudal Age versus double barracks for Phosphoro. And he'll repair his house for a bit. But he's gonna hope that double barracks and numbers will be better than Castle Age. What is this disaster strategy? This is, I guess the scouts are similar to, less HP, but similar to an old Eagle scout. So forever Champy Scout in the Dark Age might be meta. Yeah, Blacksmith for armor sounds pretty good. Attack and armor. Alucard, hello, hello, hello. So Forwardville, this will be the key, towers, and what is that? The Champy Runner, the Champy Runner. So we'll see them upgrade. They'll actually get some clothing when they upgrade. Big fight there, and Phosphoro will fight as the upgrade comes in, and he will call the GG. You can see they actually have clothing. There we are. And let's see, look at the stats. 5 more HP, 1 more attack. So they would dominate that fight then. Alright, so Feudal Age, better than double barracks. I guess Phosphoro couldn't get the double barracks production. And GG, I don't know what that was. Is this what we're going to see nonstop on the ladder Inca mirrors? Why, it says Dr. Wily. That is the name Phosphoro is using in-game. His most known name is Red Phosphoro, but he has Dr. Wily as a smurf. It's an alternate, yeah. Der Unglaublicher Horst. Alternate account. So, what is that? 12-6 KD. And a better eco for Scotty. And, well, interesting graph. One fight basically decides the game. Once he had the eco lead plus military lead, Scotty went up. So, slightly better build for Scotty. And Phosphoro has quite a few alts. Let's see, maybe we can catch him again on the ladder. Scotty doesn't know. our base doesn't like triple tunnel, it would seem. So let's see, what other games are there right now? We have Survivalist. We have Survivalist playing against Moxie Morta. We can cast that, although I worry it might be the same thing. Inca Tupi. So give me a moment to get in and set up the scoreboard. Alright, let me just not go warp speed. Just normal speed. So this will be... Let me just swap. This will be...
Yes.
Speed as the Tupi in the yellow and Survivalist as the Inca. Enjoying the DLC? Yes, same. Look at that positive advertisement for the DLC. You've never seen a good Romans matchup, like a Romans mirror? So here we go with Survivalist, the early barracks as the Inca, and he will be doing the exact same thing we saw in the previous game, the Dark Age Champion Warrior Rush. You saw there on the TC, there are new flags for the civs in the DLC. And there is the Champion Scout. And has he scouted Speed yet? He's not quite scouted him. Is that the car from Age of Empires? Yep, that is the Cobra car, made out of Legos. Lego last summer released the Cobra car set. And I thought, you know what? I've been waiting my whole life for AoE 2 Legos. There's a video on my YouTube stream where I built it over the course of a couple of streams if you want to check it out. Romans are only weak in late Imperial? In my experience, they're actually pretty good in late Imp. So, ooh. No loom, but the Vills hop across from the wood line to the berries on the settlement and stay alive. 1 HP on the Vill, but 1 HP is all you need. We have Speed moving over to the Hares and the Stone. What is that sound? It's like a nerfed market sound. And then Loom for Speed. So with Loom, he'll fight. If he walls the Champions in, he can actually take a good fight. And more Champion Scouts from Survivalist. Apparently you can garrison in the settlement too. Apparently you can garrison, as the Champion Scout will attack this house. And okay, there's a Champion Scout from Speed. Has to worry about losing his house. So do these things have attack bonuses against buildings? They do not. They do not, but they do have an attack bonus against shock infantry. They themselves are not shock infantry. So longswords won't have an attack bonus against them, like they do eagles. But there is Feudal Age for Speed. These things can build outposts, so all the better to see you with. As that scout is killed. What, in the Ulfsark? I know, sergeants weren't Age of Mythology enough. Need more Age of Mythology units. House goes down. These guys will hoover around. And now we get to see the architecture, the Feudal Age architecture. Let me know what you guys think of the architecture. Orlu was saying he likes it. I don't know if I'm sold on it yet. Maybe I just need to get used to it, because the settlements are a bit different than any other building. Oh, can these be walled in? Can they be walled in? Oh, no walling. As he tries to attack the market. So Market Blacksmith looks like a fast castle then from Speed. Yeah, there he goes, using the market, selling stone to go up. So Castle Age, he won't be in the Castle Age while Survivalist is still in the Dark Age. Oh, another outpost. Let's go. So these things can quick wall. Are we going to see quick walls to trap units in the Dark Age from the Champion Scouts then? As, yeah, there he is trapped. TC looks really cool. I feel that the proportions are ever so... Maybe I just need to get used to it, and it might be a I need to get used to it thing. But the proportions feel ever so slightly off, which maybe is the point of the architecture set, to make it look different. Maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe it's a very subtle thing about lighting. Oh, and there's a castle. There's a castle from Speed. As that settlement... Will the settlement go down? That's how many champions are attacking that? 14. The castle should defend that. Ooh, this castle. Not much stone in the castle. Lots of wooden stakes. Struggle a bit to identify every building. Yeah. I like the Castle Age architecture more than the Feudal Age one. But again, a couple of subtle things, like maybe the TC is a bit too tall in the back area. Settlements I'll need to get used to for sure. Looks cool, but it doesn't look like a castle. I don't think you'll ever mistake it for something other than a castle. But yeah, maybe. Let's see, the Inca have the same architecture now. So at least they have their own architecture. I think their castle should fit in a bit better now. The llamas on the side might be nicer. They seem unrealistically huge. Yeah, maybe something about that compared to other buildings. I don't know. I'll really need to sit down in the editor and do a deep dive. So Blackwood archers, you make these 2 at a time. Some age 3 double training going on there. I feel like that's an okay bonus, though. I don't think it's as silly as like a Shrivanshrider shield. It's the type of thing that at least does feel like it kind of fits AoE 2. So they will also be killed by the tower while also killing some survivalist Vils. And he's up to the Castle Age, so he will get Castle Age himself, but what does he do against this? There are now 9 unique units in his base. That tower behind the settlement looks like it's 1 building combined. This is some scenario editor combination here. And Vils rush out to build the tower. They shoot fast, crazy good at raiding. They're like Zerglings. Oh, 20 HP! Is this the lowest HP of anything? Yeah, this has to be the lowest HP unit ever. Because Vils have 25 when they're unloomed. Unless you're counting like Gaia units, or those 1 HP fences in T90's Nightmares. A paper but of decent range. Yeah, same range as the archer line then. They'll need 1 more range from Bodkin. And survivalists will be able to garrison this, but it won't shoot any arrows. Ooh, that tower massacring them. Okay, don't raid under towers with this unit. That's what I've learned. No base armor either. Oh, they get picked off so easily. So 7 to 9 eco KD in favor of speed, but with the idle TC time, the Vil counts are just about equal, 30 to 31. Towers do seem like a good defense, definitely so far, definitely. Outpost goes down to the Blackwood archers. Want to see scorpions against them? Oh, they do poison damage too. That's right. They do. This is the poison damage one? Let's read the description. Unique foot archer trained in pairs and takes only half population space. So like a doubly fast trained karambit. Strong in high numbers. And then the Ibirapima warrior. Powerful frontal area attack. Oh, it has a gimmick. Don't give area attacks. How does it not attack the front? Oh, poison damage with the Imp unique tech. Oh, everything does poison damage. Fortifications deal poison damage. So how does that work with conversions? What if they convert a bombard tower? Would that then do poison damage? What about their docks? Does poison damage ships? So if they garrison fishing ships in their docks in Imp, would they do poison damage? Then you just play a series. Oh, this isn't a TTL series. This is just some ranked games. Sorry, this is just ranked games. Maybe I should put that up here. Ranked ladder, and no one complained that the map actually is Arabia. There. Poison doesn't damage non-breathing units. What about the bombard cannon? That guy certainly is breathing as he pushes the cannon. Probably breathing very heavily as he pushes the heavy siege engine. So, ooh, this tower looks fun. I like that tower. I like the new flags. The flags are definitely a nice touch. Flags are good. So, Blackwood archers here. I feel like Twitch is going to ban me if I look at that. I'll need to do that as a cosplay. Add that to my list of units to cosplay. Okay, Mangonel! Oh, look at the Mangonel go! Oh, those guys get flattened. So, I don't know how to judge this game. Survivalist was Dark Age forever. Feels like he lost the Champy Scout rush, but now these unique units were swarming his eco, but towers defended them well. Now they're both booming second TC for Survivalist. It's well balanced without the thing. At the very least, the bonus is behind a unique tech. I think that's better designed than the units that get the bonuses for free. Like Berserk's getting Berserker Gang behind the tech. I kind of miss that for the healing. When you give it to the base unit, sometimes the FC unique unit strats get a bit too silly, where you're relying on the gimmick more than the unit. Oh yeah, they also get a refund, right? They get a refund. So fallen units return 15% of their cost. And apparently they get a double refund because you train them in pairs, but each unit gets the same refund. And Plotter Ghost, thank you very much for the raid. And thank you also for the follow, Illusi, or Illusion Envy. How expensive are they? See, does Capture Rate show that for us? Chat, can you answer that? What's the cost of these things? Oh, what did he mangonel his own archers to get their cost back, or is that no? That was Survivalist doing it. Okay, that was Survivalist. I got worried there for a second. I was like, what's going on? Some mangonel shenanigans there. So tower up for Survivalist. We'll have Heavy Plow for Survivalist too. What do I think about the 2B? I have not really seen, this is the first game I've casted of them, so I don't have much of a thought process. I am saying this unit, at least the gimmick isn't too much of a gimmick that they're trained in pairs. I think that's a reasonable gimmick, much more than like the Shravamshriders or a lot of the 3K stuff. If you're close to clicking up, you can sacrifice units for faster uptime? Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Oh, Scorpion Bolts. At least it makes the Scorpion Bolts less punishing, knowing you're getting resources for it. Oh my gosh, look at the water on this university. Oh, that looks amazing. Viper's gonna do fish traps in those ponds. That water is much more flowing than anything else that in like building animations. Look how fast that's going. I think they need to slow that down just to make it more in line with other buildings. I like that. I like the little pool. Oh yeah, where's the monastery? This is the monastery. Oh, the monastery has a pool too. Yeah, you can fish boom there too. Nice, make your own fish boom spots. Oh my gosh, that should be the new DLC. Whenever there's another DLC, you can have the man-made water building. That's just like a 4x4 building, but it's water where you can dock it. And then you have a side for fish traps. Okay, come up with a name for that. The Koi Pond DLC. So the barracks will be mangonel down. Survivalist still defending with mangonels. The Vil counts are pretty much equal. And we're going to see a lot of these Blackwood archers. There's a wonder with water too. Alright. Can I message Survivalist and tell him to make sure the game lasts long enough until we see the wonder? $35 wood, 45 gold. Okay. And you get 15% of that back twice. So that's like 30%. And mangonels hitting the units. They dodge into it. Oh, 2P wonder, so yellow needs to make it? Okay, okay. Now, Survivalist has the score lead. Tell him not to win too quickly. So that speed can make the wonder for us. Hey, here we do Water Park Tycoon. You can make the swimming pools, like in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Alright, Archer is hit by the Scorpion. And foraging for Survivalists. Ooh! These things really take damage from the Scorpions. Okay, we're waiting for a good mangonel shot. We're waiting for a good mangonel. So 1.10 speed. They are pretty speedy, but that's the same as the Rattan Archer, if I remember correctly. So slower than a Plume, I think, but faster than the normal crossbow line. So they can dodge the mangonel shots pretty good. Pretty well. They're not as fast as these Champy Warriors now. Champy Warriors. Oh, Outpost. Yes, let's go, Outposts. Triple Outpost, Outpost Rush. This will be MBL's favorite unit. Alright, you gotta do town patrol with this Civ. All the outposts. Are the 2P the one with the archer speed upgrade? What are their upgrades? Champy warriors and slingers attack faster. Foot archers and fortifications deal poison damage, so I'm gonna say no. Wait, what did that say? Towers provide plus 10 population space? Castle's okay, but towers? As a team bonus? There's gonna be some tower rushing on the flanks. Oh my gosh, that is scary. Towers. So handcart for survivalist. He's pulling ahead. But Imp on the way for speed. Speed in his way to the Imperial Age. Towers are for you to lock your Fionas in. See, I get the Shrek reference. Ooh, okay. Decent mangonel shot. We need a mini-game where there's a bunch of AI-patrolled Blackwood archers running around, and it'll be a contest to see which player can siege onager the most Blackwood archers within a time limit. Now, if Fiona locked in a tower, that is totally a Shrek reference. Unless Eurotrip was referencing Shrek. I don't know. I've never seen it. There you go. Archers in a barrel. Archers in a barrel. Ooh, that's a good name. Ooh, okay, mangonel. Mangonel shot. Okay. Okay, mangonel goes down. Look at that micro. And mangonel, okay, attacker, he's microing, pulling back. Still that outpost there. That blue on the mini-map. Our archers dodge. They're attacking the Vills. Ooh, they dodge, avoiding the mangonel. That tower will help kill them if it goes up. So that'll be a guard tower on the hill, and the mangonel goes down. Will the tower go up? Yes, these archers, they do have ballistics. Chemistry on the way. Heavy extra attack for them is sick. Ooh. Hey, 4+3, so that's 4+4 attack. Here comes Survivalist, though. He now has Champy Warriors. And, oh my gosh, in Imp, they should be Champy Champions. They become elite, though, right? Elite Champy Warriors, I think. I don't even know how to check that. That's got to be the first mod we do. Elite Champy Warrior changed to Champy Champion. Do Inca get heavy on it? They get normal onager and heavy scorpions with siege engineers. They also get Carracks, apparently. And okay, at least it looks like the upgrades here have been changed around a bit, or the icons for them at least. Yeah, new upgrade or icons for Careening and Drydock. Oh my gosh, the elite Champy Warriors are trying to run off the edge of the map. There we go. That's still happening in the pathing. Also, this is just a random thing I remembered right now, is that the Arabia out of sync bug, now that they're playing Arabia, has been fixed. I've been told that the fix for it is live. So that should be good. Two-thirds of the Three Little Pigs castles on display. Yeah, one made of wood, one made of stone. At least the Inca castle keeps the llamas. Man, last patch, the Inca castle just stood out so much for looking weaker than the other castles, but now we have this monstrosity. This thing for us. Look at that box formation on the archers. Oh, wait, here's a thought, right? Here's a thought. If you're the Tupi, and you get your 15% units cost back, and let's say you're playing like Michi or something where you don't need the scout, do you delete the scout for food? Because sometimes in a situation like that, you delete the scout for pop space. Now you get pop space and food by deleting it. Or whatever the Champy costs. Alright, so Elite Champy Warrior, there he goes. He's got 9 Pierce Armor. So he will take 1 damage from every shot. Even with the hill difference, it'll be only 1 damage. And he's going for the Trebs, He loses his castle, and he's fighting underneath another castle. Are there enough numbers of Blackwood archers for this fight? Survivalist actually losing the fight. He's got reinforcements on the way, so he can keep fighting. And so far, not being successful for him. He doesn't have the numbers here. Even with 9 Pierce Armor, only 65 hit points. He'll destroy another Treb, but lose all the army. Oh yeah, also these monks, they make different sounds. I don't know why, but it's scary. Yeah, listen to the monastery. Where's the monastery? I know there's a fight going on. Where is it? There's a monastery somewhere. There it is. Oh, that makes the same sound. When they're trained, they make a different sound. I don't know why, it's really jarring. That one monk in the game sounds different. But yeah, I think those are female monks, so it makes sense that the units sound different. But like the conversion alert sounds slightly different. Unique conversion sounds for every civ. The poison from fortification. Oh, you're right, they deal poison damage. They have the poison damage tech. So yeah, that's gonna not worry about the Pierce Armor. It'll do damage over time, even if it's 1 damage over time for a few seconds, that'll add up. Yeah, you can see that like the HP keeps ticking down even after they take damage. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, these things are insane with the poison. Alright, well, it's a good thing that it's such a weak unit that has that then. It might even be time just for Onager then, for Survivalist. There's more cultural differences. I think that's nice. Oh my gosh, look at the keep. I think it's nice, but I think that there are situations where, like, familiarity with the sound is important. What is that staircase made out of? Maybe that's just a weird bit of lighting for the stone color. If you look at it from far away, it looks like a stack of books. It's like the stack of books I used to have propping my monitor up. Oh my gosh, the Vil died inside. Oh my gosh, the poisoned Vil inside the tower died. The poisoned Vil inside the tower died. Oh, did you see that? That's crazy. Painted stone. Maybe it's painted stone. It just a bit stands out from the stone beneath it. Yeah, you need herbal medicine. Does herbal medicine mean you out-heal the poison damage? Do you have some antidote that counteracts the poison? How do mass light cav work? Probably similarly to the eagles, if you have enough of them, you can overrun them, but the poison damage should be nasty. It feels like what you want here still would be siege. And survivalist, I think I just saw heavy scorpion. Yeah, he's housed a bit, but adding heavy scorpions. So this thing should be decent even against skirmishers. I mean, it will die quickly to the skirmishers. And survival is still not able to take a fight, even with these champies, these elite champion warriors. It's a South American priestess. Yeah, it is a female monk model. I'm just startled by the sounds. When you create them from the monastery, it makes a different sound. So Vil's slaughtered by the Champy, and TCs doing poison damage will be nice for stopping raids. Are these then the strongest TCs with poison damage? I guess they count as fortifications too. Oh my gosh, look at that thing go. So hard to raid, I guess. His speed will run back with his archers as quickly as he can. Survivalist has 9 pierce armor, but he can't survive with the poison. We'll need some murder holes for speed. Yeah, you build 2 of these archers at a time. Oh, and they're elite now. They're elite. They have larger fans behind them. It looks like they have propellers. That's how they zoom around. Alright, larger fans. Larger bits of feather behind them. I don't know, what do I call that? Does that have a name? We need to figure out how to describe what they're wearing. The rocket engine nozzle? Yeah, oh yeah, it's like the jet engine. Turn on the jets and they'll just zoom around. The butt umbrella. So archery ranges for survivalist. Who still can't fight these things, even with all the pierce armor. But siege engineers, scorpions, that should be good for him. Did the Chupi have any siege? No siege engineers, but they can't get to Onager. Alright, survival is still walling up. Hey, Archer's killing Vils. He does have a thing that hits buildings. Does he? He doesn't. He's doing the Champy Runner now. Yeah, I mean, it fully counters siege units, and by the time melee units close the distance, oh my gosh. Survivalist, get a wall here. Get a wall that somehow, please. Oh, no. Here are the scorpions, though. Scorpions should counter this. Oh my gosh, look at the scorpions. Oh, he needed to delete the wall and bring the scorpions over here. Then he would have killed them. I mean, that poison damage feels like the best anti-raid attack. I feel like we're seeing the downside, though, of the and again. Like, we had all those and Fire Lancer civs. What's the description? Foot archers and fortifications deal poison damage. So Survivalist pushing now. We'll see how Skirms do against them. Skirms killing a Vil. He'll kill some more of the black. Oh, they are clumped up. Okay, Scorpions, get there, Scorpions. Oh, this will be. Don't run speed. No, don't use the speed. That's cheating. Let the Scorpions get a good clump shot. Poison damage is 3. The regular attack deals 8 pierce damage, so it seems the total attack is 11. The poison deals damage irrespective of the armor. Yeah. So the poison damage they do, it might not be damage over time, or maybe it's 1 damage over time, but I think it does 3 damage that ignores all armor. Maybe the unique tech could have been only fortifications and not foot units too. As it feels like now they have the double, or actually the triple gimmick of their cost is returned, you train them 2 at a time, and they have the poison damage. So this is the other Champy Warrior. Alright, that's fighting. Until we get units that are immune to it. So more settlements being destroyed. It feels like Survivalist has this. I mean, there's no siege unit from speed, so he can't actually push Survivalist. He can only take fights, but the KD is great from Survivalist because he's killing a weak unit that spawns in pairs. Oh, the amount of poison you do scales with the attack of the unit. Okay, we'll need to look at the poison mechanics then. I have no idea how that works. 3 ticks of 1 damage from the wiki. I'm seeing different hypotheses now. Well, we'll get to learn by casting a bit. Oh, there they go. Hit by the Scorpions. Hey, Ornlu probably has videos about that. Or Ornlu probably has it covered. I definitely trust the Ornlu video. I can trust Ornlu to nerd out about the stats properly. They do die really fast against the siege. That they do. And now more raids from Survivalist in the south. But yeah, do not make the archer against Scorpions. That's what we learned. And I don't know how this Civ counters Scorpions. Maybe just their own Champy Warriors, as we'll have elite Champy Warriors. Anything special about them for this Civ? I guess they get their cost returned. And it's a Civ bonus for the garrisoning and settlements, so that's not a generic settlement thing. Start with plus 25 of each resource. Okay. And the range and barracks upgrades are cheaper. And they attack faster. Okay, they attack faster. So they'll destroy Trebs quickly then. But that's enough defense from Survivalists with the Scorpions. Oh, there you go. Last armor for the archers, but I don't think that'll help too much against Scorpions. Has a few champies raiding here and there. Without the poison damage from fortifications, they should be a decent raiding unit. 8 pierce armor. 9 pierce attack, so they'll only take 1 damage from the TCs. A bit more from the keep. Another castle on a hill. Does Survivalist have this, or is he dying? I don't know. They're both at equal population. Survivalist is 3k res ahead. But it's pretty close at this point in the game. He's destroying castles, so no more Blackwood archers if the castles go down. Maybe you only need 1 castle to create them, though. Speed is going to leave that castle unrepaired. And keeps with the push for Survivalist to try to deal with the poison damage. And have something that'll kill the archers without losing population. Oh, this is 1 hour. I have to snooze the Twitch ads for this match. Yes, there's another raid in the Blues base. Attack faster, or missed the last attack. Yeah, wait a bit on the snooze next time, just in case by some miracle the game suddenly ends. Then I don't want to waste the snooze. Those are a valuable commodity. Oh, slingers now, slingers. What do they do? +4 against infantry, so they're not like hand cannoneers anymore. But they have more pierce attack, so they're overall a bit stronger. Yeah, Roman Scorpions would shine here. That would have to force out Onagers. I mean, the Civ does seem really weak against Scorpions. No Siege Engineers and only Onager, so no upgrade to Siege Onager. I don't think they have a good counter to Scorpions. Or Chimera Scorpions, I think, just dominate them late game. I don't think there's anything they can do against Chimera Scorpions with the range. Treb attacking a castle. Blackwood archers will pop out. And Champion warriors will raid the gold, raid some bills. Slingers get some attacks. Yeah, it seems like a pretty rough Black Forest Civ. Yeah, we'll have to see how they turn out on Rage Forest. That's the most important setting, right? Rage Forest. There should be another Rage Forest this year. I'm looking forward to that. Alright, everything dying. There's the GG from Speed. And we'll look at the stats here. That'll be 600 to 300 KD. GG. And ecos were just about the same at the end, even with all that rating. So, alright, that's how that unit works. I guess we'll go to this scoreboard. We don't need the drafts. Are y'all up for an Inca mirror? So we got to see how that works. Let me do the Twitch ad now that we're in between games. We can do another Inca mirror. That'll be Survivalist Thunderbolts. Raisings versus Destroyed ones. Played on another version. I think that might just be a weird thing. Is that this version? Wait, what? Okay, that's just the dashboard being a bit silly. Alright. What would you rather have? The colors are red versus green. Would you rather have Survivalist red and Thunderbolt blue, or Survivalist blue and Thunderbolt red? Or Thunderbolt green? Hello, Jimmy! How you doing, Jimmy? We could also make Survivalist yellow and do yellow-green. I don't know if that works. Maybe it doesn't. I think we'll go blue-green. Blue-green. So Survivalist and blue. What are the new Phosphor strats? Forever Dark Age. Forever Dark Age. I'll need to make some type of ranked ladder scoreboard for out-of-game stuff. Do I feel the new civs fit into the balance? I've casted one game with a new civ. I feel that the Infinite Dark Age rush doesn't fit from what I've seen. Not a fan of that. My initial impression of the 2P is, aside from the poison damage, they seemed okay. But the poison damage on all the archers felt pretty OP. So let me get the colors set up here. Thunderbolt, what did I say? Survivalist was yellow, Thunderbolt is green. There we go. Vote for keeping their colors. I'm not going to go blue versus red, though. Blue versus red is just too big of a colorblind issue. I can see it. And I would love to keep it, but I don't think that's the best idea. Yeah, so this is what Survivalist is going to do. We've seen this 3 games in a row now. First from Phosphoro and Scotty. Then Survivalist did it in the previous game, and he'll do it again here. One house is the Inca, because you get double pop space for it. And then you still have wood left over for a barracks. Do they have any other Inca? Or any other bonus now? Yeah, so he just chopped 10 wood from that tree so far. And there we go. That's the build from Thunderbolt. One house and a barracks. You start with 200 wood. One house brings you to 175. And then you do the barracks. And then you are away. Away with your champion scouts. Start with a settlement instead. Settlements give +5 pop. Oh, +5 pop space from a settlement. Probably a version of that too, then. I'm assuming these things are food and gold costs, so a settlement out here could be nice. So there's the barracks for survivalist. More forward, and he might need to use some quick walling skills if the champion scout denies that. Oh no. And the Vil doesn't have loom. Is this GG? This might be GG. Yeah, if he deletes that, then he can't do another barracks. So he has to YOLO Vils out to it, and he only has one champion scout because he can't train anymore without the barracks. There's loom. Oh no. This might be GG, chat. This might be GG. Hello, Scandal. Oh no. I mean, what do you do at this point? Delete the TC and YOLO douche? Hope your opponent doesn't have wood. You don't have the wood to do that. No. Okay, so 4 Vils out. 4 Vils out. They have loom. He's going to try to wall the champion scouts in. Okay. Oh, okay. He's recovering. He's recovering. And he'll build it. Okay. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. He got greedy. Should have built the barracks next to the TC. 100% agreed there. 100% agreed there. But he did get greedy. No loom. Only 1 Vil. You know your opponent with the Inca. Maybe against another Civ matchup, you could risk it. But if you don't know where the scout is, that's a big risk. And you can't... You know that was interesting? He walled, or he chopped 10 wood right at the start. If you just do the house plus barracks, you don't actually have any wood for quick walling your Vil. Maybe this is silly, but since the champion scouts can build outposts, what if... Okay, there's no way he's building, like, 16 outposts, but what if Thunderbolt had tried to wall that in with outposts, so Survivalists couldn't build it? Now that would be a play. And like AoE 1? AoE 1 was not Clubman Rush, though. I think AoE 1 was Axeman Rush, plus Slingers. You know, he was used to beating European civs with frontal barracks. That's a good point, yeah. Can they repair the outpost? That's a good question. I haven't seen that. Check, can the champion runners, champion scouts repair the outposts? We can learn the answers to these questions, too. Yeah, the clubmen become axemen. So some walls there. The Inca cannot garrison. They get +5 pop space from the settlement, but they can't garrison, like we saw the Tupi garrison in the previous game. Yes, they can repair. Yes, they can repair. Yep, the champions are the new eagles. Also, they're new swordsman line, so they replace both lines. They're a swordsman-eagle combo. So how do they do against Fire Lancers? Okay, there is an outpost. Alright, all the better to see you with Thunderbolts. Thank you, Ja Dan Dan, for the follow. Sergeants, I'm pretty sure, can repair donjons. Axeman build from AoE 1 back in the day. Like 10 champions by Feudal. This still isn't as scary as the AoE 3 Inca when they were released. Ornlu and I... It was Ornlu, Lidicor, and I. We played a team game, and Ornlu was the pocket. And we were against the Inca. And Ornlu was defeated by 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. You still can't defeat someone that quickly in AoE 2. Ooh, Vil goes down. Another unit picked off. First AoE 1 you ever watched was that Heidelberg? I know I've watched a few AoE 1 games, but I don't know the rule set because everything's written in Vietnamese. And I know sometimes they play with a set where they don't attack before the Bronze Age. So I don't know what the actual meta is for a quote-unquote normal game. All I know is the Chariot Archer spam. So, trying to break through that palisade, they don't have an attack bonus against buildings. So I guess worse at attacking than militia, even though they're more numerous. What are you looking at? I wish I could explain, MT Explorer. You're looking at Dark Age Inca mirrors with champies. You went to get food and the games were fast. Alright, so settlement attacked by the Champy Scouts. But Feudal Age, oh, no loom until Feudal. Daring from Thunderbolt, but he walled the Vills. What's the point of a settlement? It is a lumber camp plus mill plus mining camp. And based on your civ bonus, also a garrison point or a house. Or maybe some other things. Those are the only two things we've seen so far. The two-beacon garrison, the Inca get pop space. Oh, Panda. Hello, Panda. The Muisca can heal from it. Okay, they heal. Also, it has an aura around it. Sometimes I wish they just had normal versions of these things. Instead of everything has its own gimmick. They can build skirm from it? So the game didn't have enough skirms already. So it's also a barracks, then. We need to combine all those bonuses into one. Be able to make elite Mamluks from it. There's someone who knows how to write a job application for Forgotten Empires. Our base wants the Woad Raiders from it. I mean, we had William Wallace as the tutorial because Braveheart was popular. Maybe we could bring that back. Spam some dragons. Hello, Hope. So, Feudal from Survivalist. And Settlement for him, too. Oh, Arbase, are you still on the previous live patch by any chance? If you could, it'd be nice if you checked that the change I made to Mudflow doesn't break on that patch, now that I think of it. If not, I'll go double check that after the stream. So another house for Survivalist. They can use it to upgrade to pikemen so they can research the upgrade at it. Okay, interesting. So Feudal Age just about in, and he's been relying on his quick wall skills as Survivalist to, well, survive. Farming by the settlement, so you can auto-farm by this too. And it's the perfect size for farms, the perfect 3x3 building. No? Okay, I'll check it later then. Yeah, don't chop the tree that's holding in the champies. They finally succeeded at porting AoE 1 to AoE 2. Oh boy. So blacksmith and I click these things and they sound like almost markets to me. So 23 Vills then Feudal and get blacksmith and champy upgrade in armor 1. Interesting. The fact that you can do that on 23 Vills feels crazy, considering we used to do 22 pop scouts. Do you do loom at the same time doing that? Because if not, then that is literally 22 pop scouts, but with a Dark Age attack the entire time. Okay, so they will run into the TC, take some TC fire, lose some HP in the process. A couple of them go down, but they'll attack Vills. Will Mississippians get Apache helicopters? No, the Apache will get those. And out of Vills. Yeah, that's the thing about the Drush, though. You don't have to fight the village. You just have to hoover around near them and distract them. Okay, so Champy on Champy fight. They startle and frighten you. The settlement ones I probably just need to get used to. The monastery legit frightens me. The monastery is going to scare me. So, Survivalist trying to break through. He does have a good score lead. Res collected is in favor of Thunderbolt, though, but the KD's for Survivalist. What's the scouting like? Survivalist is basically just scouted forward. Okay, scouting kind of similar. Oh, but he needs more scouting. He'll just build outposts. So, like Age of Mythology priests that could build the obelisks. Building the outpost. Yeah, so longer Dark Age leads to score lead. Phosphor was the one going around saying that this would be unbeatable. I don't know which Civ has the better matchup in the Champy mirror. Are they shock? No, they are not shock. They are not shock. Infantry, melee, and pierce. No shock armor class, so the swordsman line does not have an attack bonus against them. And hello, Tavern. Welcome into the YouTube chat. Oh, we got quite a few viewers on YouTube, too. Hello, YouTube. Let's see, where am I getting pinged on Discord? YouTube smells good, Alucard. YouTube smells good. Just like Squidward. So, forging wheelbarrow for Survivalist, and outpost up for the Champy runners now. Will there be an overchop here? 80 wood left on that bush, so probably not. Is it open? I don't think so. Yeah, it's not open. And wall from Thunderbolt. So now is Survivalist open. Looks like he's walled. And we'll have forging for him. As the Champy runners try to break through the house. This doesn't look like AoE 2. It feels like a custom mod for AoE 2. I've played a lot of those. It feels kind of like the architecture plus unit combination. Makes it feel like a custom mod for AoE 2. A pillow gate. Are they better? They're like a Champy swordsman eagle hybrid. Oh no, Survivalist. Survivalist, you're doing stone walls. You're not walled over here. Oh no. Well, he must know he's open here, and he's already preemptively running and making a cut to the TC. I've been told they all get Shalot Warriors if they convert a stable. The Inca still do have Redemption. And okay, now these guys have some Pierce Armor. 2+1 Pierce Armor for the Champy Runner. And they'll tank some TC fire. No fletching for Survivalists. Each arrow is doing then only, let's see, 2 attack. Or 2 damage. 5 attack versus 3 armor. And fight just outside the range of the TC. And they're going to try to attack the villas on the settlement. Survivalist will wall his trees to keep them safe. And yes, he does indeed have the armor. So he can dive? Can dive farmers by the TC maybe a bit. Need to do some balancing though. Definitely need to do some balancing on it. I do think one Civ having a Forever Dark Age is going to be very weird. And I think it's going to make it one-sided for a lot of tournament maps, where there are special resource locations that they might just be able to camp those resources in the Dark Age and auto-win. That'll be interesting to see. So I'm thinking something like Fish and Fish, with all the fish in the middle. Might ruin some custom maps. Walling in villas and settlements is much easier. Yeah, you have a larger area to wall, and they have 1,000 HP in the Dark Age, 1,200 in Feudal, looks like. So, more HP. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 34 to 34, that's even, but Survivalist takes the better start to the engagement. Here comes some reinforcements. Some of the Survivalist runners were running to the side. I think Survivalist had a much better patrol into the fight. Now he's patrolling again. They're both trying to stand ground patrol as much as possible. Oh, and we have a big ball of dying Champy warriors. Survivalist units kind of bugging out on the patrol a bit, running away. And after a great start to the fight, Thunderbolt ends up winning the fight. Let's see, looks like the upgrades are the same for both. To increase or decrease his S tier tournaments. New civs I do think will probably be good for Hera because he has a lot of time to practice. And I think that really benefits him. I think he has very good preparation. And if he prepares for new civs, should be good. Attack move is stronger on the new patch. ACCM will have some wacky strats. Yeah, I think this is kind of like the old problem with the galleys and how they tried to rework water to add so many new ships. That we're seeing literally one unit, and it's the kind of the Fire Lancer situation, but now in Dark Age. Whereas what? Maybe that'll change if people learn a new meta or counter it differently. But one unit forever feels broken. And probably not that much fun to watch, as we have Castle Age for Thunderbolt, and maybe Castle Age ends the game if Survivalist can't match it. Res Collected are really close, he's up in Vils, but no way he's getting Castle this time. I think people will just go Expo. I mean, do we see, like, forward range now for Expos? Maybe a forward workshop? Maybe Thunderbolt. But it doesn't have stone, so it doesn't just boom now. It wasn't a mirror matchup. Alright, here we have a good stand ground patrol again. Right by the TC. Maybe a bit of... Oh, they're attacking the farm. Okay, a bit of a throw from Thunderbolt to attack a farm. I do like the sound they make when they attack. That's a nice, good thump. Knights or longswords eat them. I'll need to see them in some non-mirrors. But so far, the force-picking Inca into the unit does not seem all that promising. But that might just be players trying out the new stuff at the start. And Thunderbolt's not going to take this fight. He's 10 seconds away from the Castle Age, so he will run. And I'll let Survivalist re-wall, but he will run and get upgrades now. So 34 to 34, but there's Castle Age. And Survivalist will run him across the map, force the upgrades to come in, and then run back. So Champion Warrior, Iron Casting, and Squires. Survivalist clicks up himself now. And he just has to time the time when he runs back. And that might be soon. But he's trying to use a hill. Yeah, now he's going to run. Squires will make him faster. But now he's running. But did he run too late? Will he let them in the gate? Because once he gets castle, he'll need upgrades himself. And, ooh, will these stop the wall? Survivalist tries to save the Vil. Can't save it. Can't save her. Can't save her. Now they look like they have proper attire and military clothing. Alright, well, oh my gosh. 4 barracks. Survivalist, do crossbows counter these? No, go for barracks. Alright, well, maybe you can take a fight with the TC. Armor for them, so the TC won't do much damage once they get to 5 pierce armor. I'll get 5 pierce armor, so crossbows feel like they won't be that useful. Kind of like eagles. But I don't even know how to judge this fight. I think Survivalist is winning? And he did win? Okay, he's fine. He's fine. He's up. He has a 4-vil lead. They broke through again, but Survival still have upgrades soon. He's at home. He has production. No extra TCs were added by Thunderbolt. He's just going full champy. And now Slingers, anti-infantry for a Survivalist. Slingers, that's what you do in the Inca matchup. And it's just more full champy from Thunderbolt, who maybe does need Slingers of his own. I guess that went well for a Survivalist, I think. I mean, he's only down by 300 res collected with all idle time, so I think that's okay. He needs maybe better walls over here, but he's ready to fight. And okay, one more big fight by the gold. And Survivalists winning that, but losing a couple of Vils in the process. KDs are equal, 105 to 105. And we're watching one unit the whole game. Now some Slingers. We finally have a second unit. 36 minutes into the game, the second unit becomes useful. So Slingers is support in the back. While all the units are stand ground, patrol attacking, he'll have some Slingers. Oh, that outpost was nice. Stopped the re-wall. And, oh wait, he is stone for a castle. How do Kamyuks do against these? I guess they're probably slower. What is the yellow thing Slingers are holding? Did they change the Slinger graphics? Haven't they always had that? Is that the Inca Civ icon? I think that's the Inca Civ icon. They fix anything pathing related? Not to my knowledge. Can't hold up to the set animal conversion sound. Oh, you always had it but never knew it was supposed to be. I don't know what it is. I mean, yeah, it is the Civ icon. I guess it's some type of fabric shield. Is that still the tech they have? Fabric shields? Andean slaying fabric shields? I'm gonna say that looks like a shield made out of some type of fabric. Alright, so watchtower from the castle. As the champion warriors attack the palisade. And the tower will go down. And does he rush the TC with this? So the armor, and there it is, there's the Kamyuk. Yeah, there's the Kamyuk. So if he can force a fight, the Kamyuk wins. So we have the second TC and more eco for Thunderbolt, third TC for him even. And he will do Slingers of his own. And Survivalists will try to destroy some of these houses. Do love the look of the new towers. The new castle earlier is really cool too. Yeah, we'll see. I guess this matchup will still have the Inca castle. The Inca do have all the new architecture stuff. Does this workshop have any special units for any of the new civs from the Siege workshop? I'm just noticing they have a ram instead of a mangonel. Before it was only the Cumans and Tatars who had the ram, because the Cumans could do the feudal rams. Here it looks like they just put a ram there for fun. Okay, we still have the Malay castle, our base. This castle does look better with the architecture. Although I have to say the architecture is a bit more extreme than the castle, like in the sizes of the stones, so it does fit better, but not like fully. Hi there, hello, how you doing? Yeah, it should get the new thatch. Yeah, that's it. The roof doesn't match. It should get the new roof. Then it would match better. The new roof and kind of like the bigger gaps. Like the stones aren't as tiny in how the cuts run. The stones on the side of the castle could be like here it's fine. Like some of the other ones are smaller. It just doesn't perfectly match up. They have pretty mediocre siege. Yeah, Aztecs have siege onager, but other than that, usually the siege isn't that good for the American civs. Yeah, not weathered enough. Not kind of dark enough to match the other roofs. Maybe the Inca need their own buildings distinct from everyone else with more llamas, though. Like, put the llamas everywhere. Like some llamas on the TC. As that TC goes down, Thunderbolt will retreat. And now, at the same time, though, he is raiding Survivalist and getting into the back of Survivalist space. We're looking at the architecture. There's a game going on here. And now these champions are getting some good raids on all the settlements. So Survivalist down in Vills still, but he's continuing to push TCs. The champions even pushing the Slingers back. So Slingers, without their huge attack bonus, are not going to be Castle Age hand cannoneers anymore. They won't hard counter infantry the way they used to. I doubt we'll see them picked in Red Bull the way we used to, or at least the way we had been seeing them, because the Slingers will not counter Fire Lancers. Or at least not as hard as they did in the past. Yeah. And these guys with the 5 pierce armor that Eagles have. I haven't seen crossbows used against them yet, but I'm thinking that'll probably be not the best idea because of all the extra... Or, you know, it's going to be the same thing as crossbow versus Eagle. The 5 armor as opposed to 4. Makes it rough to use crossbows. Alright, so there is a castle drop from Thunderbolts. Castle drop from Thunderbolts. Because that will be right on Survivalist's TC. Okay, there's YOLOing a village forward. 22 vills. But Survivalist in perfect position to fight with 17 vills of his own. And he's thinking, let's go a few tiles back where it's safer. Right on this hill. And, oh, Survivalist, is he gonna fight this? Is he gonna fight this? Inca Vills with blacksmith upgrades, so Thunderbolt's Vills have better upgrades right now. And the castle's going up. Survivalist had army, but it was more in the middle of his base, not at the front. And with 22 Vills, forward university, forward workshop. Oh, Thunderbolts. I don't know what he's planning with that university. It sounds mischievous. I like it. I like it. So, Panic Workshop from Survivalist abandoned as the castle and its llamas now threaten his TC. And settlement, auto farm. And another castle. Oh, he's using the market to buy 400 stone. Want another one of those cheap Incan castles on another hill overlooking another settlement. There's another settlement. Better see some Kamukes. Let's see, do we have any more Kamukes? Yeah, only 2 Kamukes so far for Survivalists. Maybe Thunderbolt will add some Kamukes. Okay, I'm right on cue adding Kamukes. There he goes. Doesn't shoot arrows when it has garrison. That would be very strong. That'd be very strong. Alright, so Survivalist, time for him to YOLO up a castle. He's got a 15, 17 village ready. Some of them ready just to go towards the other castle, tank some shots. Both players trying to settlement this same gold tile. What do Kamukes do? Kamukes have 1 range, so they're like Step Lancers. But on foot. They're the original Step Lancer. They are anti-cav, but they're also really good against infantry in general because of the range. And you can see how the pathing works in their favor. They can take fights far more easily. The TC will shoot them down as they attack the house. Yeah, they're one of the better infantry unique units. Even after lots of buffs here and there to other ones. They were a really fun concept back for the original Forgotten Empires. Certainly nothing out of the ordinary these days, though. So, Vils from Thunderbolt rush to build up another TC. Kamyuks are amazing, they are amazing. Oh, we can put them in rams, too. So we'll have a ram push now from... Oh, both players going for a ram push. Okay, let's go. Ram push on both castles. Still Champy Warriors raiding. Survivalist wants more settlements to grab more stone around the map. He wants a castle drop on the forward TC from Thunderbolt. So this game's been crazy. Survivalist now has a good 20 to 30 Vil lead. So much so he can run his Vils to scout. And he will have more rams, but less infantry in the rams. Here comes the ram push, and he can definitely see this. He definitely sees this. Here's it go. He's going for the TC first rather than the castle. And where's he going with his rams? And Rams will go for the castle. They get new gates? Yes, they have new gates, yes. New stone walls and gates. So Survivalist Ram push finally going for the castle. I have no idea who's winning this either. I think Survivalist is. I mean, he has more Vils, more res collected. So some repairs on the castle. But if the Kamyuks can stop the ram push, which maybe they can. Survivalist desperate. Both players desperately repairing. Kamyuks destroying some ram. No more stone for Thunderbolt. Has to buy stone quickly. He's thinned the rams down to 2. Maybe he needs murder holes now. Oh, the Kamyuks getting some good pokes on the Champy Warriors. And the Vils out of gold maybe briefly stopped repairing the rams. And the ram push stalls out. At the same time, Rams attacking Survivalist, but he has a... Oh, look at that double kill from the Mangonel. Maybe Thunderbolt's winning now. I thought Survivalist was winning. Maybe my thoughts have changed after seeing that clear? Okay, he's clearing some Vils. He needs more Vils of his own still. He's still getting raided. Feels like a campaign with random units in your base. Constantly raiding. But yeah, still a much better eco for Survivalist. But neither player in their starting base, really. They've taken all of their starting resources. Survivalist just a few farms. I'll have to figure out how to position these things. Adjacent to the gold still feels weird to me. I'm so used to keeping a gap for mining camps. And there's a castle for Survivalist. Is he going to towers? Oh, we have Arson now. Arson... Is that enough Kamyuks with Arson to destroy a castle? 28 of them? Feeling more like a campaign. Oh, Lexi, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in. And, oh, Kamuk's on the hill. Are they gonna win that fight? I think that was an equal fight. Maybe they could have kept fighting. Yeah, the slingers helped a lot there. Kamuk's are amazing top 5 unique unit. Did he do guard tower? Yes, he did. Yes, he did do guard tower. Oh, the tiger attacking the Kamuk's. So slingers in the back still attacking Vils. And another ram push. Now Thunderbolt going for the castle. Nothing nearby from Survivalist to defend it. His army is around the outside trying to raid beyond Thunderbolt's castles again. There he goes for the ram push. I think this is working. Kamuk's pop out to fight other Kamuk's. We got some long distance Kamuk poking. Yeah, slingers have less of a bonus against infantry now. And the Rams keep attacking. They keep the push going. 92 to 123. Survivalist 6k res collected ahead. And he has a good raid. 63 military to 34. Whenever he's done Rams, they've been cleaned, but maybe this type of raiding here, getting around the castles and towards the TC, is what he needs? These settlements make me think they're blacksmiths. I look at them and think it's a blacksmith. Maybe just that it's the back edge to it that sticks up. And, oh yeah, what's their bonuses now? Now they have bonuses against buildings and siege. No bonus against monks, though. So they don't really have a good monk counter, from the looks of it. Yeah, the Spanish. Missionaries collecting relics is very, very weird. Maybe they need to slow them down to the speed of a monk, at least, while they're carrying the relic. I mean, warrior priests were pretty crazy, but I think missionaries will be even sillier. They should probably be able to run decently from scouts since they benefit from husbandry. Also bloodlines and also armor. Oh, the slinger has anti-monk? Oh, the slinger does have anti-monk, okay. It doesn't have conversion resistance though, right? This looks like Survivalist lost 3 relics, but it'll do a monastery to get them back. Yeah, they do move slower with a relic, but I don't think slow enough. I think they could probably be slowed down even more. We are still in the Castle Age, now we're in. Indeed, Haranara, we are still in the Castle Age. There's a forward castle from Survivalist. If you see they're about to die, you drop the relics and run. Ah, you know, that's a good point. That's a good point. You drop the relic, and then you run away. And you keep moving the relic closer then. So you never have to lose the missionary. You just run, and then you convert the spears that chase you. Here's Imp for Survivalist. But yeah, I was never a fan of that idea to begin with. And now that we see it, I doubt we'll ever see it reverted, and I don't know how to balance it. Because as you say, once you drop the relic, you run away. So, Imperial Age, maybe Imp will be the GG play here. Everyone's been raiding each other's base. Hello, Sir Lawrence. Why is missionary carrying relics troubling? Because they're so much faster than monks, or even than warrior priests, that it makes it so the other player doesn't really have a counter to stop the missionaries in time. The slow speed of the monk helped the fact that you could balance it out, and scouts could catch the monks. Or crossbows even, if you open crossbows, you could catch the monks. Now missionaries zoom out and grab the relics before you have time to react. And if you go scouts and you have a scout versus scout fight, then your scouts are losing trying to chase the missionaries to other scouts. Or to conquistadors even, if the Spanish open FC conquistador. So I don't know if there's a way to balance it, but from initially, I didn't like the sound of it. And I haven't seen enough games yet to know whether there is a counterplay. But everything I've heard from pro players has been that it's really strong. You need racehorses as counters to missionaries. Yeah. Because remember, the missionary was something that was buffed over and over since AOC. They never used to benefit from the blacksmith armor upgrades or the stable upgrades. And I don't even know if... I think they did. I forget whether or not the monastery, sanctity, and fervor actually applied to them. But now they get sanctity, fervor, armor upgrades for the cav armor at the blacksmith for the Spanish who have no gold cost. And there's Imp. Is that the GG? There's Andean Sling. And then they also get Bloodlines and Husbandry, so they've been Omega buffed, and now they can carry relics. And they also have Inquisition now for the extra conversion range and speed. So there's the Elite Champion Warrior for Survivalist and Imperial Age. Imperial Age for Thud. This is the Imp TC. Is this the safest TC? It might be. It might be. Inquisition, the Spanish unique tech. It gives them +1 range, and it makes their conversions more likely to succeed. And also, I think, changes the min and max time by shifting them down. Yeah, the most expected of all technologies. So, Treadmill Crane from Survivalist. And he will start trebbing, now that they're an imp. Hello, Lego Fogel. Treb attacking the castle. Well, are they one of the most buff units from AOC? Other than the longswords, maybe. And lots of slingers. Is there still a chance for thunderbolts here? Must be newish. It's been there since the Forgotten Empires. So if you're like me, that is still very new. Treb attacking the castle there. The guard towers look nice. That's universal, though. Guard tower is always the nicest building. Yeah, I guess Husbandry and Fervor probably still speed them up, even when they have the relics picked up. Imperial Age, 30 seconds away. Guilds for Survivalist. We'll look to do another forward castle and continue pushing with Trebs. Lots of slingers for Thunderbolts. No repair vills for this castle. There's Thunderbolt up to Imp. The slingers will destroy the Treb. Basically have to get to Siege Ram. Yeah, it does feel like it has to be Treb Siege Ram. And at least they do have Siege Engineers. The Inca do. But yeah, Treb Siege Ram feels like finally what'll end it is Survivalist 121 to 69. Villagers. And their Thunderbolt finally will call the GG. Yeah, they don't require a castle either. The missionaries anymore. So, I don't know what that game was. Super long Dark Age. Capture Age doesn't even show the Feudal Age. What are the Feudal Age timings there? Yeah, 16-minute Feudal Age for Survivalist. 34-minute Castle Age. And he still won the game. That is the Inca Mirror in the new patch. That was a game for sure. That was more Dark Age than I ever expected to see. Oof. Alright, is this the TTL match? Nope, this isn't TTL. This isn't TTL. So I didn't change the title on YouTube. I forgot to do that. This is just some random ranked games. Oof, alright. Inca Mirrors look miserable to play and hilarious to watch. That sounds very accurate. That was like 14 minutes of... That was 16 minutes, 1557 Dark Age from Survivalist. Wow. That is crazy. Anyway, I need to go do some map scripting tonight. I'll probably cast again tomorrow evening, around the same time after TTL. I don't know if there are any more gold sets I'll cover. But we'll find someone to raid. Who's around for us to raid? And we'll end the stream on YouTube. So thanks for watching. The VOD will be up on YouTube if you want to go watch the TTL set at the start. I'll put maybe a timestamp from when we swap to ranked games in there. And GG's, and I'll see you all later. And I'll be back again for some more casting tomorrow. See you later. Maybe we'll play some community games too and actually test out the new civs.